You're watching a live sports presentation of Texas Student Television.
We welcome you into the Chaparral Ice Center in Austin, Texas for TSTV's production of college hockey as the Texas Longhorns face off against the East Texas Baptist University Tigers. Welcome into our ringside studio. I'm Thomas Fitch alongside Cameron Parker and Robert Trevino. Guys, exciting matchup ahead of us. Longhorns currently sitting tied atop the TCHC South standings with 18 points, tied with UTEP. Meanwhile, you look at Eastern Texas Baptist, also sitting third. They're in the north part of the TCHC with 12 points. We're reaching about the midpoint of this season. So looking at that, one second, we're now going to go over to Madison Hager, our very own Madison Hager, who is standing alongside Coach Aubrey Berkowitz.
To focus and reset, we've decided that we're going to break the season down into 3 sections, 3 chapters. We finished the first one 6-1-1, and now we're starting the second one against these guys.
Coach, last year y'all beat ETBU in both games, so this year, what's different? Have y'all prepared differently or still going in with the same mentality as last year?
We had a couple weeks off, like I said, to kind of prepare. We did some stuff at practice this last week. We have some wrinkles this game we're excited about, but they're a good team, and we know what they're going to bring. We know what to expect, so we're glad to have that extra time to prepare, to, put some different things that they haven't seen, so it's going to be a fun weekend.
Awesome. Should be a great game. And also, who are the key players tonight on Texas? Who do you think is going to make or break the game for y'all?
We're looking for a really big game right now from Brendan Legas. He's been a really solid player for us. He's a guy that can get going and start scoring some goals. Sean Greenberg's pretty due, so I'd keep my eye on that line if I were you guys tonight.
Great. Thanks, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Guys, back into the studio. Thanks, Madison, for that report. Again, I'm Thomas Fitch alongside Cameron Parker, Robert Trevino. So again, we were about midway through this season. Texas atop the TCHC South standings, tied with UTEP. But at this point, how is Texas feeling right now in the season? 5-1 record on the season, and are they at where they need to be?
I think so, Thomas. I think Coach Berkowitz is probably happy where they're at. They won their first 4 games. They look strong. The last 4, they're 2-2. They had a tough loss and a shootout to Texas A&M. Those can usually go either way, and then they split a series with UTEP 1-1 on a back-to-back. So they're tied with first place with UTEP, 18 points. I don't think you can complain about being first in the standings and to split a series with UTEP. That's pretty good considering those are the 2 top teams in the division. So I think where they're at right now, they're in a good place. They got a key stretch coming up. They play East Texas Baptist University on a back-to-back, and then they played Texas State before playing Dallas Baptist University, who is the #1 team in the North Division. So if they can handle this next 3-game stretch, Thomas, I think they're looking pretty good.
Yeah, you brought up Texas State. I mean, they just came off a great 11-1 win against Texas State. That was 2 weeks ago, though, and you gotta understand Coach Berkowitz is very excited with where Texas is right now. But you also gotta understand that UT they got a long way to go. So it's midpoint of the season, doing very well, 5-1 record. But it's a long season. You got to keep going with it. Yeah,
you're right. A lot of hockey still to be played this year for the Longhorns. Let's talk about the Eastern Texas Baptist Tigers for a second. They're 4-2 with 12 points in conference. They also have 2 losses in non-divisional play against Ole Miss on the season. But you've got to look at their 4 wins. All have come against the same team in North Texas. So how much of this game is this for Eastern Texas Baptist to prove that they are legit and can actually win games and are a legitimate threat in conference?
Well, as you just said, there are only 4 wins that come against the same team, North Texas, and they demolished them. They scored 23 goals in one game, 20 in another. So you look at the last 4 games, they've won. So they're playing good right now. They have a lot of momentum. The first 4 games they lost. So is North Texas that bad, or they kind of found who they are in the middle of the season here? We're going to find out tonight against this Texas team. I mean, you score 43 goals against one team, that's going to influence your stats. They're a high-scoring team, but you take away those 43 goals, then who are you really offensively? So, and they got to find out what they're doing a goalie. You can't keep playing 4 goalies rotating around. You got to find the one goalie, or else you're going to keep giving up big goals. And tonight, if Texas can take advantage of that, I think they're going to have a good shot.
Yeah, we'll get to the goalie situation in a second. And you talk about North Texas. How they scored so many points against it, but North Texas only 1-9 on the season right now. Robert, what are your takes
Yeah,
on
exactly.
this
I
situation?
mean, you don't play the same team the entire season. And
Right.
if you take away the North Texas goals that they scored, you said they had 43, they've averaged just 2.1 goals against the other 4 opponents in the other 4 games that they played. So you can't have that kind of production, but also scoring 43 goals in 4 games against the same team, I mean, that can build some real momentum. And so you got to see, are they legit? Are they going to keep that momentum going? And that's really what we're going to find out tonight.
Yeah, Cameron, you brought up the goalie situation. Both teams have been rotating through goalies. Texas had 3 who have played this season. ETBU has had 4. So looking at that, who has the edge at goalie coming into this game?
I would go with Texas. I mean, the way Texas defensively, they've been playing really well. The goalie-wise, they're only allowing only about 1 or 2 goals per game. You look at East Texas Baptist University, they've had 4 different goalies playing a lot of minutes. And Nick Pizzuto, he's played the most minutes so far, but he's also given up the most goals allowed, and that's 8. So, like I said earlier, East Texas Baptist University, if they kind of want to contend and win some more games and prove that they can beat another team besides North Texas, they got to fix the goalie issue.
Yeah, you gotta look, maybe Nick Pizzuto needs to step up, or maybe they need to find, but they definitely, Cameron is right, you need to find a reliable goalkeeper right now. So I give Texas definitely the edge as far as goalie goes. I mean, they really got their defense down. That also comes down to the defensive end as a whole, but overall, you look at the defense, you look at the defense of Texas, it's really just overall way stronger.
Yeah, flipping over to the offensive side, where Eastern Texas Baptist has been so dominant through their 6 games in conference, averaging 12 goals a game. And they've been led a lot by Michael Garvey, the point leader for the team with 31 points. And for more on Garvey, let's send it over again to Madison, who has more on Garvey.
I just had a chance to talk to Michael Garvey. He's a 29-year-old player from Canada. He started off his collegiate hockey career at OU and then OCU, University of Central Oklahoma, that is. And then now he ended up at ETBU to finish out school and get his 3rd degree. He's a great dude. He's looking to win tonight. Last year, Texas was the only team he didn't score against, and also the only team that shut them out. So it was a great interviewing with him, and I hope y'all catch that soon. Back to y'all.
Madison caught up with Michael Garvey over the break, so let's send it over to her right now.
Okay. I'm here with Michael Garvey from ETBU. So, Michael, last year Texas was the only team that shut y'all out and the one team you didn't score against. How have you been preparing for this game?
Long and hard. We had 3 weeks off of playing UNT the first time to the second time, and then we had practices and workouts on a regular basis and just allow guys to get healthy and get back into the groove of things. And we didn't really start off too well with DBU, but we only had 4 practices before then. So we've been getting a lot healthier and getting our systems down pat, and hopefully we're ready to go and healthy and basically from the start going to have high energy and a lot of more depth this year than we did last year.
Awesome. Should be a good game. And also with you and a few other players being from Canada, how are y'all bringing the Canadian hockey culture to Texas?
The Canadian hockey culture is different more than just how I sound, but it's different just with the different kind of mentality, right? It's kind of like how you guys grew up touching a football at 5 years old. We got our first pair of skates at 5 years old. So just bringing that culture here is just the work ethic, the camaraderie, and being able to basically just pick another guy up around you and do whatever it takes to win.
Awesome. And with this being your 7th and last collegiate hockey season, what does this season mean to you?
It's pretty special. I'm just blessed and grateful to be given the opportunity to play a game that I love still on the collegiate level. I would have never expected to be playing at this age. So I'm definitely grateful for that, and I hope to leave the team better off than I found it, and hopefully we can make quite an influence for years to come for this program.
Sure. Thank you so much, and good luck tonight.
Thanks again, Madison. Definitely a very powerful offense for Eastern Texas Baptist. So what can Texas do to slow down Garvey and the rest of the Tiger team?
Well, UT's defense has been pretty strong this year. Goalies are they're only giving about 2.75 goals per game. That's pretty strong, especially in the Texas Intercollegiate College Conference. Excuse me. But containing Garvey is going to be hard, considering how well he's been playing. Again, North Texas how well are they, but I'm interested to see how Texas is going to contain him. But it's not just Garvey. Riley Knott has also been having a phenomenal year, and Skylar Spiller, he's really controlling their offense. He has 17 assists. So for Texas to win this game, I think they got to make sure Skylar Spiller does not get control and get in his groove and control the offense, or else Texas can be scrambling on defense.
Yeah, they definitely on what they need to be looking for in order to stop the Tiger offense is to control the shots on goal. So they've had the Tigers have had over 25 shots on goal per game. They need to find a way to manage that, bring it down. Whether that means they just need to be playing a little bit heavier offensively or slowing the tempo, whatever they need to do. Also, they need to make sure they make Garvey feel every single minute that he's out there on the ice, being more physical, getting up on him, really making him feel that, not letting him get comfortable out there.
Yeah, Texas not too shabby on offense as well. Through their 8 games, averaging 7 goals a game through those 8 games. They've been led by Brendan Legas, who has 5 goals through those games. He's led the Horns with that. So can the Horns keep up this offensive play in the game tonight?
Well, Thomas, I kind of think their offense has been underperforming so far this year. I think they can do a better job. They are a defensive-minded team, and they've done a good job of slowing down the game. But Robert, who do you think the leader is on this team? You kind of look, you look at the stats, and no one really jumps out. Coach Berkowitz said when he was talking to Madison about Brendan Legas, he's the guy you need to look out for. And I think he's the best all-around player on the team. Joe Creed, he leads with points with 9, but Legas, he can pass, he can shoot, he can control the offense. So I think he really needs to step up.
Yeah, you look at Legas, you say someone needs to step up on this team in order for the Texas offense to really get going. I mean, Texas's offense has been kind of muddling through. They've been having some good performances, but you haven't seen that kind of control, that kind of rhythm that comes with having like a designated leader on the team, a designated offensive man. I mean, you see Coach Berkowitz was talking about Brandon Legas, but you got to have Legas step up, or you got to have a couple of guys there willing to supplement. And Texas really needs that if they're going to take themselves to the next level, especially as they continue to move to the second half of the season.
Yeah, so both teams clearly powerful offenses. Who would y'all say has the edge defensively in this matchup?
I would go with Texas. I'm not sure East Baptist has a defense yet. He played North Texas. We keep hammering on North Texas. I feel like I need to owe an apology to them the way we keep talking about them.
Right, but that's they've played North Texas 4 times and Dallas Baptist twice.
Yeah.
And they've struggled in the games against Dallas Baptist.
And for good reason. That's the best team in the North Division, Thomas, and Texas is the best team in the South Division, maybe UTEP. So let's see how East Texas plays against Texas, and we can figure out if this is not just a 4-game run, if they really aren't that good defensively. And Texas isn't strong offensively, but I feel like they can take advantage of ETBU on the defensive end. I think they can score some goals too. What do you think, Robert?
I think you're exactly right. I agree. ETBU definitely does not have that kind of defensive edge that Texas has. I mean, Texas, I just sat here and spoke for like 40 seconds saying the Texas offense isn't strong enough, but the Texas offense is formidable. It's definitely out there. And if the ETBU defense isn't ready to come to play, we're going to be seeing some high numbers out here. So, yeah, definitely. I mean, Texas definitely has that edge, and you got to look forward to them.
Yeah, Eastern Texas Baptist really has yet to be challenged yet this season. So as we kind of near the puck drop for this game, who would y'all say are the star players to watch for in this matchup?
I would go with Joe Carita from Texas. He's been having a great year. He's tied with the most points for UT at 9. He's an all-around player, just like Brendan Legas. But Carita's really been putting the team on his back so far. Helped Texas get to the 5 wins, get to the 18 points where they're at. So I think he's the guy to watch this game. If UT is going to come out on top tonight, continue their stellar play, Carita's got to be the man to do it.
Yeah, I'd say Ethan Shute, he's also tied for most points.
Right.
The thing is, with 9 points, the thing is 7 of those points have been assists. So he's kind of the facilitator of this offense. You got to look for him tonight out there, how he's going to move the puck around. He's kind of just the wheel and deal of the offense. He's wheeling and dealing it out to all these different guys. 7 assists, you got to look for him to probably do a couple more tonight.
Yeah, Texas has done a good job of really spreading the puck around, and a lot of guys have been able to score it. You look at the fact that Texas is leading the division, and their 2 leading scorers have 9 points, whereas Eastern Texas Baptist, 3rd in the division, but you look at Garvey has 31 points, Knott and Spiller have 25 points. So Texas doing a good job of spreading the puck around. But before we send it down to Turner and Steve, guys, can we get some predictions for tonight's game?
I think Texas is going to win a close game. They only one or two times they've scored more than double-digit points, Robert. I think it's going to be another game like that, another close game. I would say something like 5-3, 4-3 win over East Baptist.
Yeah, well, ETBU has not, they've scored at least 12 in each of their last 4 games. I think that streak ends tonight. I think Texas's defense is going to come out and have something to prove. I got Texas 6-2.
Yeah, definitely should be a hard-fought game here at the Chaparral Ice Center. Texas beat ETBU both games last year when they faced. They'll have 2 games tonight and tomorrow. Anyways, that's going to do it here for us at the post-game show. Let's now send it over to Turner Barnes and Steve Helwick for the call of tonight's game. And we'll be back a little bit after this for the intermission report.
Welcome into Austin, Texas. We are here at Chaparral Ice for a matchup between the 6-1-1 Texas Longhorns and the 4-2 East Texas Baptist University Tigers.
I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be a great one here at Chaparral. We have two talented teams in the TCHC, and if it seems like it's been a long time since Texas hockey has played, that's because it is. This is Texas's first game since October 13th when they beat Texas State 11-1, and Texas has only played one game in the month of October, and we're almost at Halloween already. So it's been a long time since the Longhorns have been out on the ice, so we need to see if they're rusty or if they're prepared for ETBU.
Yeah, let's take a look at the starting lineups.
We've had a lot of lineup changes in the last minute, both coaches trying to play chess with each other, making adjustments. For Texas, we have forwards starting Brandon Legas, he's a leading scorer. He'll be a center. Max Berry-Shetsev at the left wing and Sean Greenberg at the right wing. So Texas has a pretty good forwards line here. In the defense, we'll see Olli Pelashenik from Lithuania, the only Lithuanian player here tonight. And then Kenneth Meyer, number 4, the other defenseman. Sean Kewen will be in the net for the Longhorns. For ETBU, they're going to have Ben Goodwin at the right wing. They'll have Albert Wiggins at the center, and to complete the forwards at the left wing, they're going to have Michael Candido. And then they'll have defensemen. They'll have Tyler McElroy, and their other defenseman will be the 6'5", team's leading assist, Skylar Spiller, just an excellent passer there. So those will be the starting lineups, and Tyler Fitzgerald will be in the net for ETBU tonight.
And ETBU has one of the highest scoring offenses in the conference so far. Steve, what do you think the key is for Texas to limit that scoring?
One, Texas is a very good defensive team. We've seen that in recent games. They're not giving up too many goals, just one to Texas State. But you have to remember, those goal numbers are a little inflated because they played 4 straight games against North Texas. That is every single win this year by ETBU. North Texas actually is disqualified from the TCHC playoffs because they failed to show up for the championship game last year. So their roster's a little short. They only have about 8 skaters and 1 goalie, so no one's playing for North Texas this year, and it's easy for teams just to pile up the points on them because they're getting gassed and they just don't have the same depth that they used to have. So that's inflating ETBU's scoring numbers a little bit, but they still have a very good scorers. Michael Garvey, very good, so there's a lot of storylines we need to see tonight to see if Texas can stop ETBU in their offense.
All right, and let's go to Madison Hager to talk about how Texas, so you talked about ETBU's inflated scoring after playing UNT. They scored 69 goals in the 4 games against UNT and only 4 goals in their first 4 games before that. And like you said, a lot of the team just didn't show up to play for UNT this year because why would you want to play for a team who can't even make it to the championship?
That's true, and they only gave up 13 goals in that game. We have 2 good equal goalies. Although ETBU rotates their goalies more than Texas, we're going to see Tyler Fitzgerald in his 4th start this year. He's 2-1 on the season, has a save percentage around 92, which is a similar save percentage to Texas's goalie, Sean Kewen. Kewen, one of Texas's 3 rotating goalies, usually in the mix with senior David Hutto. Both of them have looked very good in the net this year, and I think that's Texas's specialty, is the goalie. We've seen Kewen before, just makes a lot of good glove saves and just very good. He's like the wall for this team, and I think he's the backbone of what makes Texas so successful in the South Division this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And now let's go to Madison Hager, who'll tell us about Texas' struggles at home.
Chaparral Ice here in Austin, Texas was recently renovated, and the Horns are having to adjust to the renovations. Texas hockey is 3-1-1 on the road. Or they're 3-1-1 here actually, and they're 3-0 on the road. So their record is actually better on the road. So Texas is making those adjustments to this new renovation here at Chaparral Ice. And there's a pretty good crowd tonight. We have a lot of people in attendance, and not only that, but there's 2 dogs in attendance. So it should be a great game here at Chaparral Ice. Back to y'all.
Let's talk about the special teams here. The University of Texas is only 16% on the power play, but they're doing a really good job on the penalty kill, while ETBU has one of the top the power play in the conference. So how do you see that playing into today's game?
I think it's going to be a great matchup because we need to see who wins out. Is it going to be ETBU's offense, or is it going to be Texas's defense? Texas has very good defenders, and they're really deep there. We have Kalashenik, Kenneth Meyer are starting at defense, but they also have more good deep defensemen that I don't know that ETBU has that depth there. ETBU is really top heavy, and especially with the forwards. They have a lot of good scores there, and most of it is Michael Garvey, the 29-year-old center there. Michael Garvey's just phenomenal talent. He's played semi-pros already, and I think he's going to lead the charge there. But you can't forget about some of the other guys that ETBU has scoring, guys like Michael Candino. But one key piece that's missing tonight is Van Gemmerden. He's a key player for ETBU and one of their lead scorers, 5th in points this year. In his absence, I think ETBU is going to really feel that tonight. And since they have limited depth, that could be a struggle when they're playing Texas.
Yeah, and the guy you mentioned, he has 16 points on the year already. Texas is highest scoring. They're tied for three of them are tied for 9 points. That's their highest scorers. Like you said, they're very deep. Have a lot of people who score a few points here and there, but nobody that really jumps off the page statistically wise. And so yeah, it's going to be a very even matchup, and so special teams might be the difference in the game.
Texas has been in a few low-scoring bouts, ones with Texas A&M and Dallas Baptist University. But one player I'm thrilled to watch for Texas is number 23, Brendan Legis. He's a center. Legis is actually a senior, but he's a rookie for this program, and he's already leading the team in goals scored. His teammates have said what an important presence he's been on the team this year and how Texas has really evolved offensively with him in the lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, Texas's defense, like you said, there have been a lot of low-scoring affairs so far. Part of that is the goaltending, but part of that is also the defense. Texas has the lowest shot on goal total so far this year in the conference, and so that's just because the defense is suffocating teams and blocking shots, not allowing the puck to get to the net. And whenever the puck does get to the net, it seems like the Texas goalies are keeping them out of the net.
Yeah, that's really impressive that their defense has been this good, considering 4 of their 6 defensemen that are in the lineup tonight are freshmen, which it's such a young unit, and it's a good mix between young and veteran players on this team. But the veterans are mainly the forwards, and the younger guys are mainly anchoring the defense. And I've been really impressed with all the work they've done this season in front of Sean Kewen, the goalie, and he's a junior. And we'll see what Kewen in the defense have in store. We have face-off coming up soon.
Okay, so ETBU, it looks like we only have 2 minutes left until the game starts here. What are your predictions for this game coming up? A score, maybe some key plays that you might think are going to happen?
Madison just touched on that. Texas has actually struggled a bit here at Chaparral Ice in Austin this year, but I think the Longhorns do have a good grasp on ETBU. They were the only team last year that swept ETBU, and they won both games right here. They won one 10-4, and then the other 4-3 with a last-minute goal miss for ETBU. So I think Texas has their number for now, and it's going to be a revenge game for ETBU, but Texas actually has some of the home fans backing here. We heard them chanting Texas Fight and Zombie Nation earlier tonight, so it's a good crowd here at the Chaparral Ice Center. So I think Texas will win. I'll say this will be a mid-scoring game. I'm going to say Texas will win this one, let's say 6-4.
6-4, all right. That's for professional hockey, that may be a little high scoring, but here at Chaparral Ice, games go to that kind of score all the time.
Oh yeah, and ETBU is scoring 20s in the last week, so yeah, the TCHC has a little bit higher of point totals, and that's about a mid-scoring game in this league.
Yeah, it's a very, very finesse, very skill-based kind of game, as opposed to up in the north where it's more technical, more about strategy. But down here, it's more just let the skaters go free and try and see if they can score.
One thing I like tonight, the team's uniform combinations. Texas is in the white with the black pants. And
very nice.
ETBU's uniforms remind me of the Nashville Predators.
Yeah, very similar to the
With the yellow, the blue numbers, they look exactly like Nashville Predator uniforms, and I think those are some of the coolest in the NHL, and it's cool that the program has such good uniforms.
Yeah, very, very aesthetically pleasing. And look at that gear you got.
Yeah, both of these programs, it's crazy how similar their hockey their skills in hockey are, considering how different these colleges are. ETBU mainly competes in Division III athletics, while Texas is D1 and has one of the largest revenue in the nation for athletics programs. Texas's enrollment's above 50,000. ETBU's is about 1,400. Just a stark contrast in teams, but they'll come together, and we should see a good one. And in the words of Badger Bob, it is a great day for hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. And so we're going to step aside for the national anthem now.
So we're gonna have you guys off camera for.
Texas Longhorns. Starting at goal, number 31, Sean Cooley. At lefty, number 24, Ole Policeman. At right knee, number 4, Brandon Meyer. At left wing, number 17, Max Bertrand. At center, number 23, Brandon Vegas. And at right wing, number 20, Sean Greenberg. Please stand and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem.
All right, and that national anthem brought to you by the fans here at Chaparral Ice. What a moment.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Little improv there since the audio system appeared to not be working in the arena. It was sort of cool to see all the fans just unite once and sing that together.
A few of them, it sounded like a few of them forgot the words a little bit there. But, I mean, they got it done, right? And it seemed like the Texas team liked it.
Yes, definitely. And we have the teams huddling before kickoff, before face-off here. And
puck drop.
Yeah.
Same thing, same idea, right? I love it. And we have a little bit mix up of the roster. Shane Greenberg is wearing number 20 tonight instead of his usual number 29.
Yeah, I don't know if that was any uniform malfunction or if they didn't have 29 on them. Texas, these haven't been the uniforms I've seen from the team in the past. They look a little newer, and I like the look of them. They have the old New York Rangers across from top left to bottom right on the uniform right there.
Yeah, very, very classic look with a little bit of UT pizzazz sprinkled in there. All right, let's see who's going to take the puck drop for the face-off for both teams.
We should see Brendan Legas in there for Texas, number 23. I think Texas wanted a little bit of an offensive scoring spark today, and that's why they put their leading scorer in the starting lineup. He wasn't originally scheduled to be there. They originally thought that Matthew Fernandez was going to be there, number 14, but he is not tonight.
All right, and here's we got a little delay on the face-off. And there's a Texas fight chant going on right before face-off. You're right, Legacy is going to take the puck drop, and ETBU wins. They're in their own zone, having to retreat because of this tough Texas defense. And they have it across center ice, but they turn it over, and Longhorns take it up to the left side, throw it down into behind the net. Got some physical battles on the boards, and the Tigers come up with the puck. And they're in neutral ice, taking it up the right side into the zone. And he's behind the net. And they take a centering pass. Oh, and they're right in a scoring chance, but it looked like the Tiger player didn't see it.
Missed the wraparound. Good first shot on goal for ETBU. They're going to want to keep seeing chances like that one.
And now Texas has it in the zone. They're looking to get a shot. And a nice slap shot just missed. Looked like it went off the shoulder of Tyler Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Harold Chung, the freshman there with the slap shot. That was pretty good. Good save, though, by Fitzgerald.
Oh, and there's a tripping up of a Longhorn at center ice, and they get it into the zone, but not without punishment. He gets put into the boards hard there.
Yeah, I expect to see some physical contact between these teams, especially when number 28 there, Ethan Chun, is on the floor. He leads the team in penalty minutes, and he's not afraid to be aggressive at times.
Yeah, absolutely. He is no stranger to the sin bin. Oh, that could have been a costly turnover by the Longhorns, but it just goes right through his skates. Oh, this is a very physical game so far. Who was that hit him into the boards?
Devin Baird in on the action for ETBU there with the nasty check on the side.
So the puck's at center ice, and it went up in the air a few times, but then Texas just throws it down to get a change in. ETBU takes it up the right side. There's another nasty hit on the boards, and the Longhorns turn it over in their own zone. A slap shot is hit right in the chest of Kuhn.
Great save by Kuhn right there.
But they're not done yet. The puck stays in the zone. A good block, and they're on the move, going up the right side. And they're stalled for a minute. But the defenseman throws it up across the rink and into the Tiger zone. And once again, the Tigers take possession. A lot of action going on in the neutral zone right now. Neither team really taking a stronghold on either of their zones.
Yeah, it looks like ETBU has that one extra shot on goal early, but there haven't been too many. Oh, what a check right there by Kenneth Meyer. Absolutely laid him to the floor.
All right, now the puck's behind the net, and it goes up to the point, and he throws it back down into the slot, and it wraps around the boards. It looks like ETBU is going to pick up the puck and try and get it out, but they can't. And just another wraparound all the way across the boards, and Texas keeps possession.
This is the type of game Texas is going to want to play. They want to have the puck in this area more often than not, and that's something that I didn't expect to see with this team being more of a defensively focused team, but we're seeing some good stuff early from the Longhorns.
Yeah, and as soon as I talk about nobody taking a stronghold on their zone, Texas has a good little chance right there, and there's going to be an icing on ETBU as they threw it all the way down the rink just to get out of trouble there.
Mm-hmm. Long time without a stoppage this game. First stoppage was icing there. No team has gone offside yet, but lots of just continuous action, and that's what we like to see here.
And a lot of physical play here, too.
Yeah, a lot of it's attributed to number 4, Kenneth Meyer, the defenseman for Texas. He's just been in a lot of the hits and the physical contact so far today.
All right, here's a face-off in the left circle of the ETBU zone, and Texas wins the face-off, and they keep possession. There's battle for it on the boards. Harold Chung tried to throw it at the net, but he just couldn't get it there. Another nasty check on the boards. This is a very physical game. Puck stays in the zone, but ETBU recovers, and throws it back down into the neutral zone. Cross rink pass to the left. Throws it at the goal from the red line, but it's sent aside by Fitzgerald. And ETBU is coming up the left side into the zone. A little dunk and chase. Oh, and Fitzgerald wraps it around the boards and up on the glass. Scoring chance, but just taken away by a nasty hit.
That was incredible by Albert Wiggins. He got that one right through Tommy Wayman's legs there and got around him. That was an impressive move.
And they're back in the zone in the slot. What's some dangling and shoved aside by the pad.
That was a really good rebound chance right there for ETBU.
Yeah, Kuhn just shoved it aside with his right pad, but it went right to a Tiger that just couldn't put it into the back of the net.
Yeah, that was Michael Candino, one of the 5 Canadians on this team. Candino doesn't miss those often.
And by the looks of it, the way this game's going, scoring chances like that are not going to come easy.
Yeah, I think ETBU's not used to seeing scores this low for them after having the 69 goals in 4 games against North Texas.
Yeah, absolutely not. ETBU takes possession of the puck in their own zone, but the Longhorns force a turnover, but nothing came of it. And ETBU is going to try and get it into the neutral zone, flip it up in the air just to get it out of the danger zone and try and get a half a change in. Pass off the boards up the left side, but it doesn't go anywhere, just back to their own zone, and they're going to try and advance it. And Texas is going to get a change in.
Yeah, 2 straight.
There's not going to be icing, though, because one of their players hit it right as it went past the red line.
Yeah, it was 2 straight clears for Ethan Chun there. It looks like that line was a little gassed, and they're going to go for a line change here.
Yeah, and they had been on the ice for a while. And in a game like this where it's very physical, you're going to get tired a lot quicker. Oh, and Texas is on a fast break, but they just can't handle the pass, and it's going to go back into ETBU possession in their own zone. Another pass off the boards on the left side. And this Texas defense is not even letting them get to the neutral zone.
Yeah, Texas is really exhibiting its depth here. It's showing the 4th line right now. This line doesn't get as much playing time as the other ones, but they're holding it together as of right now, having the puck in ETBU territory.
And that looked like it was a shot from, who was that, Kenneth Meyer. Kenneth Meyer threw it at the net, but just swallowed by Tyler Fitzgerald.
And it looks like the Joe Carita line is coming back onto the ice right now. This is maybe where they can get their offensive spark right here. I mean, you have Joe Carita, who leads the team in points this year with 4 goals, 5 assists, has 9 points.
All right, here's the face-off. And Texas wins it in the ETBU zone. Throw it a few times at the net. One goes wide right, and now it's back behind the net, up at the point. Throws it at the net, and that looks like it went in. That's a goal! That Harold Chung threw it at the net. Not sure if anybody deflected it, but that went in. Hit some twine. Oh, that wasn't Harold Chung. And it looked like that pressure just finally paid off for the Longhorns. All right, we have a face-off back at center ice to restart, and ETBU wins it. They're across center ice and just a little dump and chase. Kuhn tried to play it, but he just couldn't get it. That could have been bad for the Longhorns. Tigers have it in their own zone still. And the Longhorns get it out into center ice. And they have a 3-on-2 if they want to use it.
Tommy Wegman with a great check there to get the puck out of ETBU and give it to the Longhorns.
ETBU throws it down the rink, but Hutto gets it again. Not Hutto. And Longhorns are cross center ice and throws it back up at the net again. That looked like they were just trying to get a stoppage there. Trying to make Fitzgerald freeze the puck.
Yeah, there haven't been too many of those early. I think Texas right now, they have to like where they're at with a 1-0 lead early in the game, hearing from the home fans. And we haven't seen too many good ETBU shots. We had the wraparound early and the one shot that went right into Kuhn's chest, but that's about it we've seen from the ETBU offense.
Yeah, and the Longhorns don't have that great of a shots either so far, and then the ETBU is just going to dump it in, and they're going to get the puck after a little scrum. He's looking for somebody to pass it to, and they're in the right slot. Throws it back up to the point. Slap shot. Oh, and that's deflected by a Texas Longhorn defender. Never even made it to the net. They tried to pass it to the center ice, but couldn't get it to them. And another big hit. We couldn't see it, but it was loud.
Yeah, watch out for those ricochets. I have a feeling if ETBU scores, one of them's going to be off the ricochets. You keep seeing them. They're getting those rebound opportunities. They're just missing the shots right after them.
Yeah, even here down when we're right next to the ice, it's hard to follow the puck because it's just hitting so many bodies right now. Longhorns turn it over to neutral ice. The Tigers trying to make a move. And the puck flips up in the air and is kicked back into center ice. ETBU's going to have to tag up. They're almost, that's offsides.
The first offsides of the game. You saw Michael Garvey there with the puck in his hands, and that's something that ETBU is going to need more. You need the puck in the hands of your best player. He's the oldest guy on the team, 29 years old, played a lot of hockey from the University of Central Oklahoma, where he won a national championship. Then he went to Oklahoma, one of Texas's rivals, and most other sports, and now he's here at ETBU. 7th year as a collegiate hockey player. That's
Slap
just
shot.
impressive.
Made its way to Kuhn, but he just knocks it away with his glove hand. Or his blocker, I should say.
Looks like we're going to have another face-off here.
This might be I don't want to be wrong, but this might be the first face-off in Texas zone so far this game. And Texas wins the costly face-off, but ETBU recovers the puck after a pass gone awry. Bring it up. It's deflected by a Tiger. And they're falling all over each other trying to get to the puck. And Texas comes away with it. Now they're going up the right side, showing off the speed, trying to dump and chase, and he doesn't get there because the goalie came out and played it instead. Slap shot, fans on it, goes wide of the net and around the boards.
I really like the offensive activity we've seen from some of the defensemen so far. Kenneth Meyer and Harold Chung, they've been getting a lot of shots on goal, not afraid to shoot the slap shot out there.
And after a few big collisions, the puck goes all the way back into the Longhorn zone, and they're just going to have to reset and try and get back in there. And they do a half a change. Just one player, it looks like, went off the ice. Oh, and there goes another. Oh, and that's the bad timing. ETBU is deflected off the stick.
That's a high shot from Riley Knott. And you can't forget last time that Texas played ETBU here, the game came down to a Riley Knott shot. And it was a shot he makes most of the time, but he shot it just over the net, and it's still a revenge game for him. I'm sure he's still thinking about that shot as he's playing right now. Riley Knott, number 12. He has another opportunity here.
Oh, a shot. Oh, and it's blocked, but then the garbage is picked up on the rebound, and it blocked again. 2 consecutive blocks right at point-blank range for Sean Kuhn. And now the Longhorns in the offensive zone. Shot goes wide of the net, and they get the puck after a huge hit. That was more like a suicide pass for Siaki. And he's going to have to get right back up and defend. And the Tigers have a breakaway, but a great check in the slot.
Nicholas Ramelius, what a great defensive play there. Just picked his pocket. Now Texas has it in the favorable territory.
Yeah, that could be a goal saver. He had a one-on-one opportunity, and that check just got the puck out of his hand, off the stick. And now he has another opportunity. He fakes the slap shot, and it's sent aside by Kuhn again by the pad. And is that Siaki is thrown to the boards hard again. That's the second time he's been hit hard on this shift, and he looks like he's slow to get off the ice. Oh, he does not look okay. He immediately sits down on the bench.
Psyche's out of the game right now. That shot by Michael Garvey. Texas is lucky that wasn't his team leading 16th goal of the year, because he can score those often. Surprised he missed that one.
Now the Tigers trying to advance it back to center ice, but it's turned over, and he just couldn't handle the puck. Had a good scoring chance, but he just couldn't settle it down.
Psyche is the only defenseman with more than sophomore experience for Texas, so that could be a big loss there if he's out for the rest of the game. We don't know how long this injury is going to last for him.
Yeah, this Texas blue line is very young, but he brings an experienced presence to them. And when you see somebody like that go down, it could hurt morale a little bit.
Speaking of injuries, we didn't know if number 12 Riley Knott for ETBU was even going to play today. Had an ankle injury before the game, was a game time decision, and he's playing and he's looking pretty good so far. Probably has.
Kuhn going to play it behind the net with the ETBU Tiger in his face. That was dangerous. And now the puck is just spinning and nobody wanted to pick it up. And finally it's knocked aside and the Longhorns take possession at center ice, and he deked a man hard, and a shot goes wide left of the net and back around the boards. Now the Tigers are going to have a 2-on-2 opportunity. Drop pass, no connection there, but they get the puck back. And after tagging up, oh, that was a huge hip check against the boards.
Tommy Wayman, wow.
That was an old school hip check. You do not see that very often.
On Devin Baird. Baird's got to be shaken up after that one. Not even the pads could probably save him from feeling that.
Yeah, and that was a collusion between two giants. Both of those guys seem like they're the biggest player on each of their respective teams.
ETBU does have Skylar Spiller. You can't forget the defenseman. He's 6'5". You really can't miss him out there. But ETBU does have a lot of sizable players out there.
Yeah, I stand corrected. But Texas is overall a smaller team, it looks like, than ETBU. And ETBU is definitely asserting their physical dominance over them in the beginning of the game so far. And the Longhorns are trying to get it out of their own zone. Some good stick handles here.
Devin Baird lost his stick, just picked it up.
Yeah. Flip pass into the zone, and they're just going to reset and try and play some defense. Cross rink pass to the right side, but it can't be handled. It's off his stick. And ETBU picks up the turnover, and it's back out to the Longhorns. Cross rink pass to the left side. And there's a whistle here. It looks like we're going to have a fight. But the referees come and break them up. And this crowd is going crazy right now.
Oh, that's what everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to see a fight.
I don't think they allow fighting in this conference, but, you know, I mean, the people want what the people want. You can't tell them what they can't have.
Yeah, it was Sean Greenberg there getting in with Devin Baird. Probably a little exchange of words and some shoving, but just typical hockey. That's what you see in this sport.
Yeah, and both of them are going to go to the penalty box, but there's not going to be a power play for either side because both guys have a man in the box. So it's still going to be 5-on-5. Are they making it 4-on-4?
Yes, it looks like it's going to be 4-on-4. And remember, 4-on-4 favors the offenses. You see a lot less skaters out there, and offenses have a little more leeway and room to work. So this could favor ETBU, this 4-on-4, given that they're the better goal-scoring team.
Yeah, definitely. It opens up the ice more, gives players more room to make some moves, and more prone to fast breaks and whatnot.
No surprise to see Garvey and Knott, the two best goal scorers, both have 15 goals on the season on this penalty unit.
And ETBU is going to take it. And they have a scoring chance already. Tic-tac-toe kind of shot, but Kuhn eats it alive in his chest and freezes the puck.
That was an excellent play by ETBU. Kuhn just had an even better play with a save, but that dump off by Garvey behind him was really impressive. And then McElroy just missed. Could have been their first goal.
And the face-off, Texas wins. And they have a cross-ice pass to the left, but he just can't handle it, and it's going to go down behind the net. ETBU takes possession, and they're going to speed skate up the left side, And Texas is going to poke check it away and turn right back around to the right. And at the slot, fires a shot, and it looks like it blocked off an ETBU Tiger, and they're going to take it the other way. 3-on-3 now with two players trailing. Heard a whistle, and that is going to be offside. Now, this isn't exactly a power play, but it's 4-on-4, so it would be nice to note that UT is 16 for 17 on the penalty kill this year. That's 94%. That is incredible.
Yeah, especially playing disadvantage. This team, they don't shy away from that. Wonder if we'll see any shorthanded goals tonight if ETBU gets a power play.
Oh, well, Texas does not. Texas only has one shorthanded goal all year, if I'm not mistaken. But ETBU, I think, has 7. And so if anybody's going to get a shorthanded goal, I think it's going to be ETBU. Puck goes behind ETBU's net, and they throw it back, advance it, but no Tiger's going to chase after it. And the Longhorns take possession, throw it to center ice. Can't handle the pass, but he gets it back and into the zone, but takes a huge hit again on the right boards, right in front of that ETBU bench. The Tigers try and board pass it up into the zone, but not fooled, and Texas takes it the other way.
We're almost at the 5-minute mark in the period. This game just looks like it's going to be a defensive one. I don't know if that really favors ETBU because they haven't been in many contests or won any contests that have been low scoring this year. Texas, almost all of them that they've competed in have been in this fashion.
And a hot shot goes wide of the net, and Texas retains possession in their own zone. One-man switch, and there's only 8 seconds left until both skaters get to come back on the ice, and we're back at 5-on-5. 3, 2, and 1. And now the two skaters will come back on. And Texas looks like they're going to get an advantage there. Maybe a fast break. And they throw the puck around the boards, and ETBU picks it up, and they're at center ice. Skating down to the right. Tries to decommand, but there's another Longhorn there waiting for him. Kuhn is another great save, and the puck just looked like it teleported right in front of the net. Just got there in no time.
And Kuhn has a 100% save percentage right now. He's made a lot more stops. It looks like ETBU, I think, has more shots on goal than Texas right now. Kuhn's just making stop after stop. A lot of these aren't too difficult. A lot of them are going right to the center of him, but they're easy to stop, and I don't think you could ask for more as a goalie than these shots.
Yeah, and he's made a few really quick consecutive shots. Those seem to be the hardest because the goalie is already in position to make the original save, and then you have to change position really quick to stop the next one. But he's done it so far today.
Yeah, I think you have to give Texas's defenseman credit there because they're getting into good position on their ricochets and rebounds, preventing ETBU's offense from going back up and getting those pucks.
All right, and we're going to have a face-off to the left of Kuhn, and ETBU wins it, and it's back to the point. Tries to throw a shot at the net, but it's blocked by Longhorn, and he's behind the net, going for a wraparound. No, looking for a pass. Still has the puck, throws it up to the point, throws it back down to the right slot, throws a shot, and it hits the back of a Tiger, and he looks like he's cringing a little bit. That one looked like it hurt. Puck back at the point, right in the middle. Slap shot blocked again by Longhorn. The puck goes up in the air right in front of the crease. And Longhorns take possession of the puck, and the Tigers force a turnover. They're back down right at the right slot again. Back up to the middle point. Another great block at the point, and ETBU is going to have to retreat and re-enter the zone, and they do. Dump pass back to the point. Another board pass, tries to get it back to the center ice, right at the point, and just fans on a deke. And the Longhorns are going to run after the puck, but that's not going to get there in time. But there's no icing. It looked like Fitzgerald played it before it hit that red line. A quick shot, but blocked by seemingly another Tiger.
Another good scoring chance just taken away, thwarted by Texas defense. There, the center, Michael Fernandez, was making a lot of key plays. He had that deflection that sent the puck back and stopped the initial momentum.
Yeah, and Texas just has a Hail Mary kind of pass from his own zone and then retrieved by Longhorn behind the net. But nothing comes of it. Got some action on the boards that we can't see. And the Tigers, what were you going to say?
One thing that I noticed that we haven't seen today is breakaways. We've only seen really one breakaway, and that was the one where Texas's defense managed to break it up. I thought we'd see a lot more of those today given the higher scoring offenses in the TCHC, but no breakaways yet so far, and I think that's a credit to the defenses.
Yeah, and both of these teams are very fast skaters, and so when both teams are fast, it makes this breakaways a lot harder. But Texas forced a turnover in the neutral zone, and a shot goes wide left of the goal. Tries a backhanded shot. It looked like it might have been a pass. Zero angle, though. Oh, and that was a shot right in front of the goal. They couldn't get enough stick on it. And ETBU has a breakaway on the left side. A shot knocked off the shoulder of Kuhn. And it looks like there was an offside, so the goal wouldn't have counted even if it went and hit Twine.
Yes, the whistle was blown right before then. Texas lucked out there because ETBU did have another scoring chance yet again, and they were unable to come up with it.
So we're going to have a face-off at the Texas blue line.
Less than 2 minutes here. Important to draw up some plays if you're ETBU, even if you're Texas. Just the next goal could be a major swing in this game.
Yeah, for Texas, whenever the time gets this low, you don't want to give up a goal. That's going to be a huge momentum shift right going into the end of the first period. But it looks like ETBU is offside yet again.
Yeah,
That's the third time so far today.
Seeing some frustrations from Nick Scott on that one. The team, that's a lot of offsides in the last couple minutes. They weren't doing them early, but now about 3 in just a couple minutes.
And we have another quick whistle after the face-off. And not really sure exactly what's going on, but it looked like the referee wanted to talk to one of the Tigers. And we have a face-off right at the exact same spot. And ETBU wins it, but throws it into the Texas zone, and Kuhn wraps it up. All right, now we have a face-off to the left of Kuhn. And Texas wins it. But Texas is on a fast break down the left side. Tries to shoot it, but good defense by the Tigers. Slap shot wide of the net, and it goes back around the boards. And it looks like there's scrum against the boards to try and get the puck out. Just wasting time right now for the Texas Longhorns. That's a good thing. And the Tigers have it at center ice and come down the right side and try and flip it into the zone. Another slow roller to Kuhn, and he handles it cleanly. And instead of freezing it this time, he passes it off to one of his teammates, and a turnover in the zone. But good defense negates that. No scoring chance for the Tigers. And the Longhorns get it back into the neutral zone.
I thought Kuhn probably should have just scooped that up with his glove there, and he almost risked Riley not scoring a goal, but Texas's defense once again answers and responds. Just phenomenal performance tonight by them.
Yeah, with 30 ticks left on the clock, Texas is going to take possession in their own zone, retreat behind the net. Oh, and he kind of threw that away, and the Tigers had a chance, but fanned on the pass. Nobody picked it up, and the Longhorns throw it back out to center ice. 15 seconds left, and the Longhorns take possession. They might just throw it down the ice. Kuhn kind of throws it up against the glass. Longhorns maybe want to try a chance. 3-2, slap shot hard. It goes wide of the net, and that is going to do it for the first period. 1-0.
He could have thought if Nolan Burdett had 3 extra seconds there, he could have made a move, maybe got a goal going there, but instead just did the hard slap shot right down the center, easily deflected by Fitzgerald.
Yeah, and what a period. The Longhorns go into the first intermission up 1-0, and we're going to pass it off to our intermission report now.
Welcome back into the not yet because Cameron isn't on us.
I can't feel my toes.
Welcome back into the ice.
Why does sound all good?
Ice trade league game.
Welcome into our rink side ice center for our intermission report. Texas leads ETBU 1-0 after the first period. Again, I'm your host, Thomas Fitch, joined alongside Cameron Parker, Robert Trevino. A very defensive half. Let's start by talking about the physicality of this period. Kind of talk about that for a second, guys.
Thomas, I love the way Texas came out and established physicality. The first minute, they were laying hits. You got to give credit to Tommy Wayman. He came out, he laid some hits that were devastating, Robert. And Kenneth Meyer, too, the whole UT defensive side. They're letting East Texas Baptist University know that they're not going to play around. They're going to lay down the hits, and I think they're kind of getting to the heads of them. We've already seen one fight, one penalty box already. That's just one. We're only in the first period. I kind of think we're going to see more of that, maybe even some bigger fights second or third period.
Absolutely. The physicality, I mean, UT kind of came off the block a little sluggish on offense, but as far as physicality goes, they looked as though they were ready to go. They looked as though this was mid-season. They are in mid-season form as far as the physicality came with. You even had guys like Nick Remelius, number 5. You had Harold Chun coming off just laying some devastating blows in addition to being great offensive players.
Yeah, Cameron, you talk about this game getting chippy. Only one power play for each side in that period. But if that continues, the game keeps going chippier. We see guys going to the penalty box more. How is that going to affect the outcome of this game?
Well, Texas, they've had 2 players on the year that average over 20 minutes in the penalty box so far. So I think Texas has adapted to that and done well with it. And so far, only 2 minutes in the first period. That can go a little bit longer, Thomas. I think we are going to see more of that as the game goes on because ETBU, they were talking some trash out there, and they were kind of getting into it. I think they were more focused on the Texas players than the game itself, and they're down 1-0. Yeah. And if you're going to try and win this game and come back, you can't focus on the trash talking, you know? Right. You got to get right back into it. So if it progresses more, I think it's going to help out Texas because they came out, they laid the hits. They're laying the trash talk down. They obviously are doing that on purpose because they want to get in their heads and they can focus and they can take the advantage and take the lead. They're already up 1-0. If they keep doing that in the second period, then I think they can blow this game wide open.
Yeah, I mean, you see ETBU came out. They really need to focus down, buckle down. They're in a 1-hole deficit. There's a lot of hockey left to be played, but still, to get to the second intermission with at least a tie game should be their goal, and they can't keep doing that if they're continuing to get chippy out there. UT is getting in their heads. They have 2 guys who have over 20 minutes in the penalty box, but other than that, UT doesn't have another guy in there that has more than 10 minutes in the penalty box. So ETBU, the Tigers need to look definitely more at just finding their rhythm on offense and really getting to the core of their strategy.
Yeah, as we mentioned earlier, Texas 1-0 lead, getting the only goal in the half. It kind of felt like ETBU got a lot of shots on goal. So what is it going to take for the Tigers to take those shots on goal and turn them into goals in the second half? Or the second period?
Well, it's really going to take a lot of focus on to really capitalize on that because you saw guys out there, they were putting in the effort, they were really getting into their sets, they were getting into their offensive game plan, but they just weren't able to capitalize. And so really, the name of the game of this entire game is just capitalizing. So they just have to get out there, they got to continue putting in the work. I think they need to come back with a little bit more physicality. They need to respond to that, and that's really going to be the difference if they look at the capitalize.
Yeah, and Cameron, question for you. I mean, we know that there's a good chance Tigers, we've seen them play well offensively in the past. We know that they will make some adjustments and have. What can the Texas defense do to deal with that, with those adjustments?
Well, Thomas, I think what they've done really well so far in the first period was slow down Michael Garvey. He only had about 2 or 3 shots on goal. I think 2 of them were saved by Sean Kuhn, who, by the way, is playing great. I know we'll get to that later, but he's off to a phenomenal start. But the way Texas has controlled defensively what Michael Garvey is doing, and also Riley Knott, I don't think his name's been called once tonight. He really hasn't done anything. Skylar Spiller, you know, you really can't do too much to slow him down. He's had some fantastic moves on the ice tonight. He's playing really well. But besides that, UT has kind of shut down their offense, which is what I was kind of interested in seeing what they were going to do. But Coach Berkowitz is going to solve that, and I think he's done a great job. So for ETBU, if they want to get back in, they're only down by 1 goal. It's 1-0, guys.
Right. Still a very close game. And obviously, when they've had scores like 23-4, 1-0 is not much. We're now going to sit it down to Madison Hager, who is meeting with players on the sideline.
I just caught up with Coach Berkowitz. He said that the team did struggle a little bit starting out. They had a slow offense at first, but Alec Hiller scored the first point for Texas. Coach said he hopes that he wants the defense to pick up in the second period, and he said that once that happens, us viewers will be able to see them move smoothly down the ice with less stopping, less pauses. So Coach is looking for more energy and more aggression going into the second period.
Shots on goal as they are. All right, so back in the studio, Cameron's question for you. Sean Kuhn playing great, had a good number of stops, obviously clean sheet through one period. How big has his impact been in this game for Texas so far?
It's huge, Thomas. Coach Berkowitz, he obviously decided he was going to go with Kuhn against a high-scoring ETBU team. He had confidence in the faith, and Kuhn's delivered, I think, 2 or 3 shots on goal, maybe more than that, and he's been in front of the goal. He's been playing strong, and that's huge for Texas to be able to not allow ETBU to get in a rhythm, to get going, and also to cancel those goal-scoring opportunities out. So if Kuhn stays in here and plays the second and third period, I don't know what Coach Berkowitz is going to do. He's like to mix it around and rotate his goalies. They've had 3 that have played this year. So if he sticks with Kuhn, which I think is the right decision, he hasn't allowed any goals so far, I think that's big. And if ETBU can't get their offense going, if Garvey and Knott and Spiller can't find their groove, and Kuhn keeps playing the way he's playing, then this could be a shutout.
And Robert, talking about shots on goal, ETBU definitely having more shots on goal than Texas. Texas only a couple shots on goal, one obviously being the goal, but can Texas keep up, and are they going to be able to win if they're not getting as many shots on goal as the Tigers?
I don't think so. I think that was one of the key problems coming in, was getting those shots on goal. And so I know that Coach Berkowitz is definitely in the locker room right now, in the first intermission, telling his guys, we need to get more shots on goal. We can't rely, as great as Harold Chung's slap shot was, you can't rely on the defenders to come in and be your offense. You have to be able to produce yourself. And also, especially when you got guys on the other side, like Spiller, when they're flying around the ice everywhere, getting more shots on goal is going to be key. They're going to need at least a couple more goals in this week.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Now let's talk about who the outstanding players were for the period. Let's go each of y'all and just say, who would you say was the standout player in this first period?
I'm going to go with Tommy Wayman and Kenneth Meyer. Like I said earlier, they came right out of the gate and they established dominance and physicality, and that they weren't going to back down. They were going to lay out some hits, and I think as soon as the period started, they had their mindset on that, and they established their dominance, and that kind of set the tone for the game. Like they started out and said, all right, we're going to lay some hits out, and we're going to play tough and physical. And right now, that led to that 1-0 goal, because right now ETBU, they're thinking about getting hit, they're thinking about what they're going to do. They want to fight. They're not focused on the game out there. Their heads. Texas is in the heads of ETBU right now, in my opinion, and I get the credit Tommy Wayman and Kenneth Meyer, Harold Chung, actually the entire Texas team. I think everyone's gotten a hit on somebody. It's been crazy physical.
Well, my player of the period, I'm actually taking the Texas defense out there. Harold Chung, a defender with a massive slap shot that leads to the goal. I mean, you also have guys like Nick Remelius out there just absolutely laying down body blows. And so this defense is everywhere. They're all over the floor. They're really forcing ETBU. They're getting inside of their heads, like Cameron said. ETBU is going to have to calm down if they want to do that. And that's because the UT defense has been putting the pressure on them. And so that's who I'm taking for the player of the period. And I think that they're going to continue to put this pressure on.
All right, final question, boys. Again, Texas up 1-0 at the half. Who holds on and goes on to win this game?
I think right now it's Texas. I was surprised to see ETBU go out with Tommy Fitzgerald as the goalie. He's not played that much, and honestly, he didn't do too bad in the first period. Gave up 1 goal. Texas, ETBU, I think they have the same amount of shots on goal. It's been pretty even. But Texas has done a better job corralling the defense and ETBU and making sure they're not getting into that groove. So I think as long as that continues, Texas, I think they're still going to hold into a close one. I said, I think 5-3, 4-3 at the beginning of the show. It might even be less than that.
Yeah. ETBU, I mean, they've done a great job. All credit to them for hanging in there in this first period. This period coming up is really going to be the decisive factor. Does UT get their offense going? Do they get more shots on goal, like you mentioned? I think they do. I'm going to stick with my original prediction, 5-2.
Yeah, that's all we have here for the intermission report. We'll see you back here after the second period. Anyways, let's send it back down to Turner Barnes and Steve Helwick for the call of the second period.
Welcome back to Austin, Texas. We're here at Chaparral Ice, where the Texas Longhorns are up 1-0 on the East Texas Baptist University Tigers. What have you seen so far during the game?
I think Texas's defense has played really well. We've seen some great work from the defenders, Tommy Wayman and Kenneth Meyer. They're doing it on the offensive end. They're getting some slap shots and keeping the puck in Texas territory. And when the puck gets into near Sean Kewen, they're getting that puck, clearing it out at all costs, and Texas is looking really good. I said earlier, I think that the defensive game favors Texas, a low scoring. ETBU averaged above 17 goals in their last 4 games, and we're clearly not going to see 17 goals tonight from ETBU, barring a miracle. So I think Texas has to like the way this game has started.
Yeah, this Texas defense has been incredible, like you said. This atmosphere has been electric. You can hear the Texas fight song going on right now as the Texas hockey team comes back on the ice. And over here we have a few students pounding on the glass, cheering on their team. It's a great day here at Chaparral Ice for some Texas hockey. And like you said, the defense has been incredible. And the one shot from Harold Chung might be all it takes. Hard slap shot from the point. We don't know if it was deflected or not, but what matters is it got in the back of the net and it put Texas up 1-0.
But you'd be crazy not to expect ETBU's offense to not make an appearance, because when you have guys like Riley Knott and Michael Garvey on this team, you know they're going to get points. I said they have a combined 30 goals this year. Even if they were against North Texas, they still have offensive talent. Garvey, he was on a national championship winning team, played at Oklahoma, D1 hockey right here. I think the 29-year-old is going to get a goal this period. He just looks poised to get one, so I'd definitely keep your eye out for him.
All right, we got the player to watch, and we got some Texas hockey coming right back up. Both teams getting ready for the face-off, and of course, in the second period, the ice is flipped. Texas will now be going from left to right, and ETBU from right to left. We have Tyler Fitzgerald right in front of us, and the face-off is imminent. Texas 1, ETBU Tigers 0. ETBU wins the drop, but turn it over immediately, and the puck goes out of play into the net that is above the glass.
I'm curious to see how ETBU comes out here. I think they're a really well-coached team. This is only the 3rd year of the program. They're already phenomenal. Last year, they couldn't qualify for the playoffs because it was just their 2nd year as a TCHC program. But they went 16-6. The only team that swept them was the Longhorns. And under Elaine Savage, the French-Canadian, this team is just trending upward.
Yeah, and for such a young program to have so much success so quick is unheard of, really. Of course, I say that, and the Las Vegas Golden Knights went to the Stanley Cup final, but typically doesn't really happen. And the Longhorns take it into the zone, a little dump and chase, and some hard action. That looked like it could have been a boarding. And the Tigers recover and get the puck out of their zone.
Yeah, it was just let the bodies hit the floor right there. I think we saw about 4 or 5 of them go down.
And that has not been a rarity in this game. And the ETBU scores a wraparound pass right into the front, right in front of Sean Kewen, and he just didn't have time to react, it looked like.
I told you couldn't sleep on that team's offense.
Yeah, and that was a quick goal coming less than 45 seconds into the period. And that ties the game up.
And who else? It looks like that was Michael Garvey on that one with a wraparound. Garvey, that's a 16th goal of the year, now leading the team. Wow, what a run for the 29-year-old, 7th-year senior playing hockey, and he just keeps going and going.
It's like the Energizer Bunny.
Yes, medical school student. He's pursuing his 3rd degree right now, too. So he's getting it done in the classroom and on the ice.
Wow. He's a scorer, and he's smart.
And a scholar.
And a scholar. I like it. All right, Texas takes possession of the puck in their own zone. A centering pass to center ice, and ETBU with a nice check to get out. And they have the puck in their own zone. Retreating, Longhorn pursuing. Dump pass up ice. Tries to get it center ice, and it's off a skate and back down into their zone. Tries to flip it up, but fans on it. And a good move in the right slot, centering pass, and that's in the back of the net for the Longhorns.
Wow, impressive shot right there for Texas.
Yeah, that was a great defense to cause the turnover. Came down the right side, cross-eyes pass, centering pass to the man who is not even in Fitzgerald's eyesight. What a goal, what a pass.
Alec Pillar on the goal, Kevin Chen on the assist right there. Just one player credited with the assist. And that will be Alec Pillar's 4th goal of the season. He is up there in points for Texas. He now has 6 points. Kevin Chen, that is only his 3rd assist of the year.
And just like that, the Longhorns go back on top.
After such a defensive first period, we see 2 goals in just a matter of seconds right here. Now the goalies have to be on alert.
Yeah, both goalies may have gotten a little complacent after that first period. Even Fitzgerald, he played well in the first period. Could have gotten a little relaxed, but he's awake for sure now. And the Longhorns deflect another pass out of and there's a broken stick on the ice. And
Steven Kurleski really had to catch that. Texas had really good position right there. If he caught that puck instead, just deflected off his hand, and ETBU takes over.
Yeah. Now ETBU has the puck in their own in the Longhorn zone, but the Longhorns take possession and are looking to try and get it out, but the Tiger defense is all over those Texas players. Cross-rink pass coming up the right side of the ice, slows down, and that would have been an offside if he would have maintained possession, but ETBU instead takes it and loses it immediately. Now he's at center ice and gets knocked over, just simply pushed over by the Tiger defender.
Looked like Kurleski wanted to push it both times. First time scared of offside, second time just got mauled right there.
Yeah, and Kuhn almost let a slow roller go through his legs, but reacts just at the last second, shoots it off to the right side. And then a high shot goes to the left, and now Texas is on the attack, 2-on-2, trying to make some dekes, but he can't do it. Fitzgerald tries to clean up the rebound, but can't get it, and the Tigers float it back up to center ice, and they chase after it, and looks like they're going to get it into the Longhorn zone, but throw it back down to avoid the offside call, and now Texas is going to look for a way out of the back of their own goal. Texas at center ice. Pass to the left, and off his stick, couldn't handle it. And the Tigers take possession and look to try and get it out of their zone up the right side, but it's blocked by another turnover in their own zone. Texas has another shot right in the middle of Fitzgerald's gut. Not a hard, and there's a big man. Had a Longhorn in a headlock, and he is fuming.
If I'm out there, I don't think I really want to fight Skylar Spiller. 6'5", I mean, he's got height over everyone out there and probably a lot of strength too. They're big defensemen right there.
Yeah, and I don't know if he was protecting his goalie or what, but after the whistle blew, he just put a Longhorn in a headlock and just kind of twisted him around, almost threw him to the ground.
Barry Shetsev, part of that little scuffle there, goes back to the bench, but Spiller stays on the ice.
And now the Tigers have a fast break, shot on goal. No, he had a man to the left that he could have passed it to, but he decided to take the shot instead. And they maintain possession in the attacking zone. But the Longhorns have it at center ice, and they're going into the zone. Retrieve it in the slot, try and get it out to the center ice. A one-timer right in the prime scoring position, but Fitzgerald was ready for it.
I think Alec Pillar thought that was another goal. His hands went up.
Yeah, and any other time, I think that is a goal. That was a good pass, a strong one-timer, screaming to the net. But Fitzgerald just ate it up and kept it in front of him. That's all you got to do as a goalie.
Mo Bamba playing in the arena right now. I think this is about the 18th time we've heard this song tonight here.
Wait, did Mo Bamba go to Texas?
I guess so.
Wow.
Orlando Magic center drafted out of Texas in basketball. Speaking of basketball, that's a sport of the home country of Oleg
Palyushinik.
Yes, he's one Lithuanian player on the team. Hockey's not as big in Lithuania, but that's a sport he decided to take on. Played a little in Canada, and now he's here at Texas as a freshman.
And ETBU takes the puck from their own zone. A good little deke at center ice to get around a defender, and he's still showing off his handles. Finally passes it up around the boards, and Texas takes possession. Coming up the left side fast, and he looks like he's going to deke a defender. Dekes another one, gets hit into center ice, and he throws it at the net, but he couldn't get there. And now the puck is in the slot on the right side. Throws it up and just high of the net, and it looked like it deflected off his own teammate. And Texas maintains possession in the zone. Down on the left side of the slot, going around the net. Tries to wrap around, but no. Fitzgerald blocks it, throws it aside with his pad, and Texas still on the attack, loses the puck after a pass is not handled. And now it looks like Texas is going to reset and try and go on the attack again. They get a change in, a quick change, and they're in the zone.
Pillar had two great opportunities at his second goal there. They had that wraparound right there, and the puck was actually just floating open in the net, and anyone could have pushed it in, but ETBU quickly got that out in time, and that prevents the score from being 3-1.
Yeah, and we have a whistle, and I think it's going to be offside on the Longhorns. Man trying to go in on a change was in the Tiger zone, and they called him for offside, and so Texas maintains the puck after the faceoff, and they're in the zone. Some good moves by these Texas forwards to get around defenders, and they're making them look silly. Pass in the left slot, down, posted up, and it goes right in the crease and shot down the ice by a Tiger. That one was dangerous.
That goes the exact opposite way. I thought that one had a shot at going in right there. Texas has had a few great opportunities on the last few possessions, but hasn't been able to get them in the net.
Yeah, and they're back in the attacking zone already, back in the scoring chance. Throws a pass down to the left boards. He looked like he didn't know where the puck was for half a second. And the Tigers take it up the right side, 2-on-2, but the Texas defense is getting back faster than the Tiger offense. And they have the puck below the net. Tries for a wraparound and not even close, but they retain possession. Kuhn looked a little scared on that one, but it didn't look like it went right in front of him.
Texas is really making Tyler Fitzgerald have to work in the net today. He's only giving up about 2.4 goals a game, and he's already on pace to give up more than that today. Lots of shots on goal. That 93% save percentage is going down a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Now ETBU still has the puck in the zone, and there's another whistle, and it looks like there's going to be a penalty on the Longhorns. No, maybe not.
Still haven't seen our first power play of the game yet. We just had the even strength 4-on-4 earlier.
Yeah, not yet. It looks like the referee's about to announce a penalty, but I don't see anybody going off the ice.
Nope, we have full strength right here.
Full strength? I don't know what. I guess that was an offside whistle. And there's a face-off at the blue line. And the Longhorns win it. Now ETBU has the puck, throws it down the right side of the boards, wraps around the goal, and it looks like they're going to get there in time. And now the Longhorns take the puck, tries a centering pass, and they're going to get them offside again. Those are hard to avoid, those offside. The pass is coming right at you. It hits off your body. You go into the zone. The puck stays out of the zone.
The teams were avoiding them early on in the first. I think there was a bit more awareness there. Now they're just more focused on the game and the scoring opportunities, and I think offsides goes on the back burner.
Yeah, absolutely. And now Texas wins the face-off. And we have another whistle.
Texas has done well at face-offs today.
Yeah, I don't know the exact stat, but it seems like they've won a majority of them for sure.
It's a lot better than last time we were out here when against UTEP when they were really struggling with those, but it's important for them to keep the possession.
Yeah, absolutely. And Texas is going to get a change in. And is that Legis taking the face-off? So we got the top line in for the Longhorns.
Yes, Legis versus Garvey. That's the matchup we all came to see
Yeah,
today.
absolutely.
Two centers, two best scorers on the teams.
Blue matchup of the Blue Bloods, and a deflected pass off the skate of a Longhorn almost made its way to a shot on goal unintentionally, but the puck goes all the way down to the Tiger zone, and they Longhorns are going to take possession. Dancing around, looking for a pass, gets his man up the center ice, leaves the puck on the ice and leaves his defender behind. Fans on a pass though. He had a man going right up the crease, right up the middle of the ice, but he just fanned on the pass, couldn't get it to him. And now the Tigers take possession in their own zone, trying to get a scoring chance that seems so hard for this Tiger offense against this Longhorn defense. Big hit.
Oh, here's
to
a
turn the ball
breakaway.
over. Here's a breakaway that we've been waiting for, but the puck sails too far down. Now he's behind the ice, the net, and he gets lit up against the boards.
I think Pillar's been their best offensive player tonight. He's been in on a lot of the action.
Yeah,
Has the most
Pillar's
shots
been
on
very
goal,
active so far.
and has one of the 2 goals tonight.
Now the pass back to the point. Tries to get it to the middle, and a deflection almost goes in, but Fitzgerald with the quick leg. Another pass to the center of the ice. And these Longhorns really know how to find their teammates right in front of the goal to create really good scoring chances.
It's like outlet passes. They're just doing a good job of connecting right after.
And the Longhorns are going to negate the icing by beating the Tigers to the puck. And it looks like it might come back to bite them. But the Longhorns get the puck in their own zone, pass up to the next blue line, not able to handle it, and the Tigers take possession behind their goal. They're looking for a crease in this strong Texas defense, and they find it, but not able to handle the pass. Cross-rink pass, and now the Longhorns try and dump and chase, and he looks like he beat him there, but there's 2 Tigers to 1 Longhorn, and the Tigers turn the puck over again in their own zone. Nobody even went for the puck that time. And somebody lost the stick, and they're just going to leave that on there until the next stoppage of play. And now the Tigers have a chance. They're down in the left slot. Shot goes wide of the net, and the Longhorns pick it up.
Seems like it's been a while since ETBU has had the puck a long time in Texas territory. Let's see if they can get the opportunities right here, because they haven't been coming in the second period ever since Garvey scored that goal.
Yeah, and every time ETBU does have the puck in the attacking zone, it seems the Longhorn defense is just too much and get it out almost immediately. A nice dangle, but they blew a whistle.
Yeah, I thought Kenneth Meyer might have had something going there. The whistle was the only defender stopping him on that one before Fitzgerald.
Absolutely. He had a lot of ice with not a lot in between him and the goal. And now they're going to get the stick off the ice.
Shout out to the referees, Rollin and Sherman, tonight.
They're doing a pretty good game. Letting the players. ETBU has a shot at the goal. Wasn't very strong, but a backhanded chance knocked aside by Fitzgerald, and the Longhorns just muscle their way to the puck. Trying to shoot it around the boards out of the zone, and it looks like it's out. But ETBU retains possession. Longhorns try and get it across, but they call an offside again. Like I was talking about the refs, they're letting both teams play. It's been very physical. Like you said, there hasn't been a power play yet. Do you see that going on? Continue to be a physical game?
Yes, definitely. I mean, they're letting them play, as candid as it sounds, but the thing is, no power plays doesn't really give any team just a huge advantage, and we're getting to see 2 evenly matched teams fight the way they're supposed to fight, just full strength, and it's been competitive so far. Just
very competitive hockey game so far, and the deflected pass goes way over Harold Chung's head, but it looks like the Longhorns get it in the zone, but they're not even going to chase it. No icing called there because the Longhorn hit it while it was in the neutral zone. And now the Tigers are going to make their move up the right side. Bounce it off the wall to himself, and now he's in the zone. Hard collusion down on the boards, and now they're fighting for it behind the goal, and it squeaks out, and the Longhorns pick it up. Coming down the right side of the ice. Has it in the zone, a drop pass to his man, looking for a shot. Not a very good angle there, but a shot nonetheless. Looked like it was blocked by a Tiger player, and Tigers get it out, and they have possession, going up the left side. Cross up to the middle. And the Longhorns, he couldn't handle the puck, but he throws a shot on goal anyway. He had a chance to go straight to the goal as fast as he could, but he just couldn't handle the pass, and so he had to slow up and throw a wrist shot right on the net. Couldn't get it, couldn't hit anything. It sounded like another hard hit on the glass. The crowd sure did love it.
Yeah, scoring opportunities right there for Joe Carita and Alec Pillar, two of the best offensive players on the team. Carita hasn't been able to get them going. Pillar had the one goal earlier, but he's had a lot of missed opportunities.
Oh, and we had a fast break by the Tigers, and it looked like a form tackle on the ice, and they didn't call a penalty like we were talking about earlier. They're just letting them play. The Tigers had a fast break opportunity, and the Longhorns just showed their best Gary Johnson impersonation there.
Oh, good kick to prevent it from going past the blue line.
And now the Tigers take possession. They have it on the boards, and now they're squeaks through out of the zone, and now they're going to chase it and try and make an advance up the ice, cross the rink pass, and now they have a man in the zone. Pass down right in front of the goal, but it looks like it never found its way to the net, and the Longhorns, 3 men sandwiched the Tiger into the boards.
So well drawn up play there from Spiller to Knott to Candido, but Candido just was unable to come up with it.
And the Longhorns are going to shoot around the boards, and Fitzgerald's not able to play it, but the Longhorns aren't trying to get down there. They're opting to do a line change instead. And now we have some fancy moves by Tiger going into the zone.
Spiller 6'5", but he has a good moveset. He moves. He's really nifty with those dekes right there.
Very silky moves for the big man. And he had a chance to throw one at the net and looked like he didn't hit anything. Now there's a battle for the puck, and the Longhorns win that one, as it seems like they have all game. And now some shifty dekes, throws it up in front, and it hits off of a post.
Wow.
Fitzgerald got lucky there.
First post shot of the game, and it looked like it hit the inside of the post too, where it
Absolutely.
actually had the opportunity to go into the net.
That was a close one. Couldn't quite squeak it in, but it looked like it went right through the 5-hole of Fitzgerald and hit off the post, back out. Another great pass where one Longhorn is coming down the right side, throws it over across the rink to Fitzgerald's blind spot, and this time it just didn't go in.
ETBU has to be thanking their extra red medal defender right now. Just great play there by the post, or else Texas would be up 3-1. They'd have to get back from a multi-goal deficit. I don't know if this team has shown enough offensive firepower against Texas's defense to come back from something like that. So that's just an absolute huge break there by ETBU.
Yeah, and now it looks like we're going to have our first penalty of the game. A power play for the Texas Longhorns. And like we said earlier, Texas on the power play has not been very good this year. They're only 2 for 12 on the power play this year, and the ETBU penalty kill is at 87%. They're 7 for 8 on the penalty kill. What do you see going on in this special teams matchup?
Well, right now we have Nick Scott, Ben Goodwin, and Tyler McElroy out there. Not some of the more prolific goal scorers, but I think they think that they can have some good defense here to stop Texas from scoring and getting up 3-1. This will be a crucial 2 minutes for the team.
And looks like the Longhorns are trying to get it into their zone, but they just can't do it. And now they take possession in their own, and they're trying to make an advance cross center ice. Takes it himself into the zone on the left side, spins around another defender, throws it down behind the goal, and now he's going to look for somebody to pass to right in front of the goal. They can't find anybody. Whiffs on a one-timer, and a wrist shot goes wide right of the net, but the Longhorns take possession, and now it's back down to the red line. Looking for a man up to the point. Now he's at center, cross to the left, in the slot, throws it at the net, and it hits the post. It sounded like again, And now ETBU has a break, one-on-one, and he's just going to try and trip him up. Yep, that was a good play. They're going to take the penalty, but I'd rather have a penalty instead of a easy goal.
Riley Knott almost got the shorthanded one there. Just Kenneth Meyer, yeah, he was not letting that goal happening right there because that could have easily been tie game. Shorthanded goal, that's something you never want to see when you have a power play.
Yeah, and like we talked about, ETBU has 7 shorthanded goals on the year, and you'll see that. That's exactly why. They're very fast. They're very skilled players. Even though they have one man down, they're still a very potent offense.
Yeah, most of it's top heavy. They have just a couple guys, like it's just mainly the Canadians. They have a Canadian wave where they actually have 5 Canadians, and what's really interesting about ETBU is 3 of them knew each other and played junior hockey together in Alberta. We had Riley Knott, who was on the shot right there, number 12, and then Devon Baird and Michael Candido all played together in Alberta. And there were also 2 Canadians on ETBU that knew each other in Ontario, and that would be Skylar Spiller, the big guy, number 15, and Michael Garvey, the team's leading scorer. So they have a lot of guys from Canada, and then they have guys from the South, some from Louisiana and Texas. They actually play their home games in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh, we have a penalty shot here. And he's going to come in slowly and look for a shot, but he's deflected wide left. What a stop by Kuhn. That could be huge.
I honestly thought Riley Knott was going to score that one. That was an opportunity that he missed due to that tripping penalty. Somehow he decided to veer off to the right first. I'm not sure what he was doing, trying to get that angle, but the angle just didn't work. It went down the center, and Kuhn was able just to deflect that puck off and prevent Knott from scoring.
Yeah, a lot of times you see guys go straight at the goaltender because there's more zones and more spots they have to defend. But instead he decides to veer to the right, come back to the left. Didn't pay off for him, but now we have a 4-on-4 for 50 or so seconds, and then the Tigers will be on the penalty or the power play. And so for the 4-on-4 session, we have the Tigers in their zone, and they're going to retreat and try and find a hole in this tough Texas defense.
Yeah, they'll get about a minute after this 4-on-4 ends right there.
And with only 4 minutes left in the second period, this could be huge. That swing right there for that 1 minute it's going to be around 2 minutes left in the period. That could be huge if ETBU can get a tying goal.
Wow, what a check right there by Skylar Spiller. Spiller reminds me of Chara from the Bruins. Just a big guy, just loves that physical contact. I mean, he's a hockey player.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you see him standing up next to some of these Texas players, he looks like a dad playing at the Thanksgiving game against his nephews. He's just so much bigger than everybody. So the Tigers have a chance to go, and they're going to score. The goal went right. It looked like it went right under the glove hand of Kuhn, and that's going to tie it up. Oh, and they're celebrating on the ice, the Tigers are. They're excited.
Looks like that one came from number 16, Michael Candido right there. He's one of the Albertans on the team.
Yeah, he's very, very, very excited. If it wasn't him, he's very happy for a teammate. But it looks like it was him. And that means the oh, okay. So the power play is not over, even though the score is tied.
Actually, we have a correction right there. That was Riley Knott who on the goal earlier. There was a bit of a mix-up after the play where they all got in a huddle. We couldn't see who scored, but Riley Knott finally redeems himself from that missed penalty shot earlier and from last year's game-tying goal that he missed at the same ice rink in Austin.
All right, and we're back at even strength, and the Tigers look to throw another shot on goal, but it doesn't hit anything. Longhorns advancing the puck up the ice on the left side. Oh, and the Tiger defender just left his stick out in the way, and the Longhorns can't keep it in the zone, but it looks like they're going to retrieve the puck. And
that's Ethan Chun's go-to move right there is going through the 5-hole of the defender. He's done that a couple times already. It seems to work out for him, too.
Yeah, it's worked so far. He just lets the puck just slowly slide between the defender's legs, and he just skates right around them. We have another penalty. Looks like it's going to be offside with 2:25 left in the second period. We're tied up 2-2. And after the first period where only one goal was scored, we have 3 already in the second period, and there's still time left. Both teams are excited, and it looks like we're in for another high-scoring game here. ETBU throws it down the ice, but the Longhorns get possession of the puck. Misses his man at center ice, and it's going to be an icing.
Yeah, misconnection right there, and Texas couldn't get to that in time before it goes into the trapezoid. So tough break there, and the puck just goes to the other end of the ice, and ETBU is going to get another opportunity there. And you have some good offensive players out there, and you have Skylar Spiller, the team's leading assist guy. Look for him to make a big pass right here.
Yeah, for a team who hasn't been able to maintain a puck in the opponent's zone, having a face-off down there is really big. It seems like ETBU, every time that they've scored, it's been really quick. But now they're going to have a chance of firing a shot, and it's swallowed up by Kuhn.
Spiller, I think he might – the defenseman has the best puck handles out here, I think, so far. He's so crafty with it, just the way he just dodges the defenders.
Yeah, very creative as well as smooth. Now we have another face-off to the left of Kuhn.
You don't often see defensemen, especially his size, move with that speed and grace. He might be the team's best skater.
And the Longhorns look like they're going to get it out of the zone, and they do. They're cross center ice into their own zone. Throws it at the net. No, sir, says Fitzgerald. With 1:32 left, he freezes the puck, and now we're going to have a face-off in the Texas zone.
Riley Knotts didn't even come down on that possession. He's been pleading to the ref for a penalty. He got a little tripped up over there and trying to plead his case, but it doesn't look like the ref's calling anything.
Both teams are going to get a change in. And the face-off to the right of Fitzgerald. The Tiger went a little early, and he's going to get kicked out of the circle.
Out goes Michael Garvey, and in goes Devin Baird.
For a big face-off in their own zone. And Baird
Texas
can't
got
quite
that one.
win it. And Garvey was waiting for it. And now the Tigers are on the break down the right side of the ice, throws at the net, and it's shot away by Kuhn.
Little too far left by Nick Scott.
Yeah, Kuhn got a pad on it and just kept it going in that too far left direction. And now he's going to go around the goal, tries to wrap around. And for a second, the Tigers thought they scored, but alas, the puck is still not in the net. And they're going to keep trying to go behind that goal.
You notice a huge momentum shift ever since that Riley Knott goal, where the puck always seems to be in Texas territory now.
Yeah. Oh, and now Texas, almost had a fast break. Go ahead, Steve.
I said that ETBU keeps – they have the puck where they want it ever since they've had that second goal. They've had a lot more opportunities than they had at the beginning of the second period and then the first period. And if it keeps trending that way, I'd be a little scared for Texas. Could be their third home loss of the year if you include that overtime one against Texas A&M.
Yeah, and the Tigers just tried another wraparound goal. I'm wondering if they saw something on tape maybe about Kuhn and wraparound goals, because they've been trying that quite often this period. Another shot on goal, shot aside by Kuhn, and the Tigers keep the puck in the zone. And there's another really good scoring chance to the left of Kuhn, but it looks like he caught it in his glove. There was a shot, a rebound, and then another shot, and he was able to keep both of them out of the net.
Ricochet landed right in the stick of Michael Candido, and Candido was unable to come up with a goal there. Kuhn has done well on those ricochets and rebounds. I thought that's where ETBU was going to get their goals tonight, but that has not been the case so far.
Yeah, and with 2 seconds left in the period, all you can really hope for is a one-timer off of a face-off. But if Texas wins, and it looks like they do, the period's going to be over, and there it is. And so ETBU comes back, scores 2 goals to Texas's 1 in this period, and now it's all knotted up at 2 going into the final and third period. Steve, what did you see that period that kind of caused the momentum shift there?
You said it best. Riley knots it up. Important goal there right after missing the penalty shot. Good redemption play there, and ETBU's back in this. Their offense is looking good, and Texas's defense, they had a bit of a collapse there at the end. And we have 20 minutes left of hockey. One more time for intermission adjustments for Berkowitz and Savage to get their teams together and see who gets this victory.
Yeah, halfway through that second period, it seems, when it kind of turned around, and then from ETBU not being able to maintain the puck in Texas's zone to that's the only place the puck was in the second half of the second period. And so it's a 0-0 game essentially going into the last period. Whoever wins the next period wins the game. And we're going to go to our intermission report now. Here they are.
We welcome you back into our rinkside studios where we are all knotted up at 2 goals apiece after 2 periods. Again, I'm your host, Thomas Fitch, along with Cameron Parker, Robert Trevino, and it was a period that could have been. Both teams had a lot of other chances to score. Obviously, Riley Knott missed a penalty shot, and on the Texas side, Ethan Chun has a shot that just banks off the post. So let's get into breaking down this period. Who had the better adjustments after the first period coming into the second period in this game?
Well, Thomas, East Texas came out and immediately scored. They finally got Michael Garvey in some space. He took advantage of it and tied it up at 1-1. So immediately thinking, okay, East Texas, they took advantage. But then that's almost as if they woke Texas up. Alec Pilar, he's on a mission, man. He's tearing it up. I think what Coach Berkowitz is doing, he's on some more defensive lineups. He's put Kevin Chin out there, Sean Greenberg. He's gone with Alec Pilar more over Joe Carita and Ethan Chen. They weren't on the ice too much in that second period. It was a very bold move, and it worked out. Texas was dominating mostly in that second period to the last 5 minutes when finally ETBU was able to tie it back up. They controlled the puck for most of the end of that second period. So, I mean, honestly, you can go both ways with that question.
Yes, the adjustments that ETBU made, they really didn't take effect for a long time. UT dominated possession, but ETBU, you got to give them credit. They went in, they hung in there, and that was the most important. They didn't let this game get out of hand. I mean, Tyler Fitzgerald, the goalkeeper, looked like he was a little bit less sure of himself in this period. But, I mean, you do know ETBU on defense was getting those stops. Fitzgerald wasn't allowing those silly goals. They kept within their play, and then they allowed in order to tie it up. So they had to keep within there. I give it to ETBU.
Yeah, and just a reminder, it was Michael Garvey and Riley Knott who had the 2 goals for Eastern Texas Baptist, and Alex Pilar who had the goal for Texas during that period. Let's talk about this game as a whole. What are y'all's takeaways from this game, and is this what y'all expected to see so far?
Pretty much, I expected a physical game, defensive game, close game. It's 2-2. East Texas Baptist, they were able to put 2 goals here in the second period. They can do that again. I don't know how many more goals Texas has. Joe Carita, not getting a lot of ice time tonight. I don't know if he's injured or what, or is Coach Berkowitz, he's going with a different lineup that he likes more. Obviously, he's riding with Alec Pilar. He's putting a lot of guys. Harold Chong's getting a lot of ice time too, and he's been having a great time, especially out there on the ice defensively. So I don't know, Thomas. It could be interesting to see what Coach Berkowitz decides to do in the third period. If he needs to get some goals up, I think he needs to go more offensive-minded with some lineups, get Carita out there, give Pilar some more shots. But East Texas is just 1 shot away from taking the lead.
Yeah. Carita only with 1 big shot on the game that was deflected by Fitzgerald. Robert, what are your takeaways for the game?
I got to hand it to you, Cameron. You really saw this one coming out from the beginning. I saw UT really taking control of this one, but ETBU has really come out here and really showed that they deserve to play on the same floor as UT, definitely. I mean, to keep this tied 2-2 at the end of 2 periods, that's a big deal. Michael Garvey, you're not going to be able to stop him, so I expected at least 1, maybe 2 goals from him. Who knows if he has another goal left in him. But just like Cameron said, does UT have another few goals left in them? Is ETBU going to be able to consistently stay in and not allow silly goals to happen? And I think so far that they've done a great job of doing that. And so if they can continue to do that for one more period and push the pace, then they're going to be able to pull out this victory.
Yeah, let's talk about goalie play for a second. Sean Kewen and Tyler Fitzgerald both have given up. They both played both periods, both given up 2 goals. Do these teams stick with these goalies going forward into the last period?
I think Sean Kewen, he's had a pretty solid game so far. He only average gives up about 1 or 2 goals a game, and the only backup Texas has tonight is David Hutto, who is giving up. He's averaging 4 goals allowed per game. So I don't know if Coach Berkowitz is going to want to put him into it. He hasn't played all game. It's the third period. It's tied up at 2-2. I think Coach Berkowitz is going to stay with Sean Kewen. He's played the most of this game. Going with David Hutto would be a very risky move. I would say Kewen. He's playing right now. You can't take him out, I don't think.
Well, I'd say for ETBU, I mean, Tyler Fitzgerald, from my perspective, I think he's played a little less confident. You can see him kind of making conservative plays out there, trying not to make the big mistake. And he did avoid that, but that is not sustainable over the long term in hockey. You got to play aggressive as a goalkeeper. You got to be willing to make the big saves. You can't worry about making the mistake. You can't play not to lose. And so if you want to look at maybe putting in Alex Dumas, the backup, I don't know, maybe that's something ETBU wants to work with. But as far as it goes right now, I think Tyler Fitzgerald has done a fine enough job. If he can find it in him, especially in these last 20 minutes as the game gets closer and closer, look for him to just be more and more sure of himself, more confident.
Yeah, we talked about pregame, how both teams had kind of cycled through goalies this season. Definitely an advantage for both of them as far as being able to shift to another goalie if they need to going forward into the third period. But still, obviously, a lot of hockey left. We'll see what the coaches do after that. Anyways, we're about to send it over to Madison Hager, who caught up with Eastern Texas Baptist coach. She has more on that.
I just caught up with ETBU's coach, Alan Savage. He told me that going from period 1 to period 2, they decided to change up their system, which has benefited them a lot. They played very aggressive in the second period. The game is now tied. And going from the first period to the second, they have been using the wall a lot more and also keeping the puck in the middle, which has benefited them a lot. Coach Savage thinks that if they keep up their aggression and keep up how they played in the second, they can come out in top on the third period.
Thanks, Madison. Great reporting, as usual. So Eastern Texas Baptist finishes, obviously they get the last goal in the period, so they finish with a lot of momentum. Are they going to be able to carry this into the third and final period of this game?
I would say so. I mean, you got guys like Skylar Spiller out there. They have been running this ice, and they have not been able to really get those shots on goal that they want. And I think this last period, I heard them coming through here saying, let's finish them off, let's finish them off. And so that's going to be their mantra for this final period. And I think as they're going to play a little more loose, that definitely that momentum is going to come into play. UT needs to match that same energy.
Yeah, I agree, Robert. I thought UT didn't have any energy in the second half of the second period. I thought they were kind of playing like a doormat out there. They need to get more physical. The first period, what really helped them out is they came out and they were very physical. Tyler Wayman, I don't think he played that much in the second period. And I don't know if that was a coaching decision or what, but I think you need to get out there and establish dominance, hit some people. Because they went away from that in the second period. In the second half, the last 5 minutes of the second period, ETBU was down in Texas' zone for the entire time. They were having fun down there. They were just passing the puck to each other. You can't let that happen, Texas. You got to get out there. You got to take control. You got to get the puck. And you got to knock some people out. If you don't do that in the third period, then ETBU can take advantage and potentially take the win.
Yeah, guys, really excited to hear your answers to this question because a lot of players doing a lot in that last period, but who would you all say was the player of the second period for this game? Kevin, we'll start with you.
I got to go with Alec Pilar.
Yeah.
He's second 2 goals, he's got a brace. He's looking for a hat trick probably the third period. Coach Berkowitz has been riding him a lot this entire game and a lot more than Joe Carita, so maybe that's why Carita hasn't been playing too much because he's trusting Alec Pilar. He's having a great second period. He kind of went away at the very end, so I think third period, you got to get him out on the ice. You got to let him do what he's doing.
Yeah, I'm taking Ethan Chun. I said it at the start of the show. He's like the facilitator. He's out there supporting Alec Pilar. He nearly had that awesome goal. It would have been assisted by Stephen Troleski. And so I really think him out there, he had the momentum kind of just dictating UT's offense before those final 5 minutes when ETBU kind of took control. So I think it's going to be really important for him to take control back for UT and be the facilitator.
Final question, guys, but going into the final 20 minutes of this game, what does each team have to do in order to get the win in this game?
UT's got to play aggressive. ETBU is just looking forward to this period like no other. They've won 4 games in a row. They're here 2-2 against an established great UT Austin team, and they're really excited. So you got guys like Skylar Spiller. They're going to be coming out on the ice with just the mantra of let's finish them off, let's finish them off. If UT doesn't match that energy, they're not going to win this one.
I agree, Robert. Like I said, they got to come out in the third period. They got to show ETBU who they are. ETBU, they missed a big chance with Riley not missing that penalty shot. Like, that was, talking about a turning point in this game. He misses that. It's still 2-1. Texas is up. I thought for sure if they ended the period until 2-1, ETBU was going to be down. They were going to have their hang his head low, but Riley not came back, tied it back up, and right now, going to the locker room, as you said, Robert, they're fired up. They're ready to go. This third period, they have a lot of momentum. So I want to see what Coach Berkowitz has this UT team out of the third period, what they're going to do. They're going to respond physically because they're going to have to.
Guys, great analysis as usual. That's all we have here for the intermission report, but there's still at least 20 more minutes of exciting hockey left. It's going to be a thrilling finish. We'll see you back here with Postgame. Now let's send it back down to Turner Barnes and Steve Helwick for the third period of this game.
And welcome back to Austin, Texas here at Chaparral Ice. We have a very close game, closer than you could ever be. It's tied 2-2 coming into the last period. Steve, what do you think the key is for both teams coming into this final period to edge out the win?
Well, it's going to come down to offense. Both teams need to establish more offense. We saw some of that from ETBU in the second period. Both Riley Knott and Michael Garvey both etched their 16th goal of the season. Very impressive in TCHC numbers when Texas doesn't have anyone near those. But Texas really needs to get that offense spark. We need to see Joe Carita, the center, number 19, do something because he's had opportunities. Alec Pillar, too. Those are two of the forwards for Texas I expect to see a lot of scoring plays on. And I think a lot of this will come down to the goalies, too. You need Sean Kewen and Tyler Fitzgerald. Which one's going to make both stops? I think they played about evenly so far. Kewen looked really good in the early going, and Fitzgerald was struggling a little, and they reversed roles a little in the second period. But now after adjustments and a nice 15, 20-minute break right here, we'll have the third period and the final result of the game, and possibly even overtime.
Yeah, I mean, with the way that these teams are seemingly so evenly matched, overtime game is definitely not out of the question. But as you talked about, the Texas Longhorns came out strong the first period and a half, and then, like you said, kind of like Kewen and Fitzgerald seemingly switched. The Texas Longhorns and the Tigers seemingly switched. We got to look for Texas to get momentum back coming into this third period.
Yes, and I think that a power play would be a huge momentum swing for both teams. But neither team actually scored on their power play goals last time when they had the opportunity. They had a little intersect with their power plays where Texas had the advantage first, and then after the tripping, then it's tied up, and then ETBU had the advantage, but no scores there.
All right, and the third period is off and running, and we start off with a few chippy plays, some big hits in open ice, and the Longhorns in the attacking zone. The Tigers intercept the pass, though, and they're going up center ice down the right side. Stopping quickly, throws a pass, and it's deflected by a Longhorn who tries to get it out of the zone, but the Tigers keep it in. Shot on goal, not even close to hitting the net.
That
and
deflection.
Yeah, it got deflected. The Longhorns centering pass, back down, tic-tac-toe kind of style, and they don't even try for a shot. Throw it back out of their zone, and they're going to go retreat and try and get it before the Tigers, and they do. Tosses a pass up the left side. And that was a off the wall kind of pass, doesn't hit anybody, but the Longhorns have the puck in the neutral zone, and they're going to retreat a little bit. Cross-rink pass, not able to hit.
Garvey with a missed opportunity right there. Had a good look at the net.
Yeah, sorry about that. Got tripped up a little bit. All right, and so now the Texas Longhorns get the puck behind their goal, and they're looking to advance it. Long pass, curls back around, and gives it off to his buddy going up the left side. And the Tigers take possession of the puck, and they're crossing center ice up the middle. Pass to the left, doesn't hit anybody. And now they're back in the neutral zone. Throws it back into the zone, try and tag up a little bit. The Longhorns take possession and get it up the left side into the neutral zone.
I think ETBU's passing has really improved as this game's gone on. We're seeing a lot more sets and plays, and the offense looks more like a musical rather than just a measure of a song.
Yeah, a few random notes almost that seemingly don't go together, and now, like you said, it's a beautiful symphony. Pass, and that's the way the Texas passing was at the beginning of the game. Scoring chance, not very strong. Backhanded shot on Kewen, and he's able to deflect that out of the way. And now East Texas Baptist looking to make another push. And they get the puck in the right slot, but he can't handle it cleanly. Fans on a pass. Oh, no. Well, a pass goes right across Kewen's face, and he's not able to recover. But it looked like the goal got dislodged.
Yes, there was a net dislodge there. Moved it back a little, and Kewen's trying to get that in place.
Yeah, I mean, Kewen was there. He was a little late. It was a great pass right across his face, but good recovery time by him, and he just knocks the goal out of the hole. But I don't think, and that's there. Okay, they called a penalty on the Longhorns, and so East Texas Baptist will be on the power play. Texas, this is vital. Texas is going to look to get the penalty kill.
We see two of Texas's best offensive players, Carrito and Pillar, out rather than a defensive-heavy lineup right now.
Maybe looking to get a shorthanded goal. That could be a huge momentum shift. But for now, the Tigers are in the attacking zone. Pass behind the goal, back up to the point. He's looking down. He skates down, throws a that puck got deflected about 4 times. Sounded like it hit the post and ended up behind the goal. And cross-ice pass, not connected very well. They're back at the point, and now a dump pass down to the slots. Throws it down around the boards.
Right now, Remelius and Psyche are in as a defenseman for Texas. As you remember, Psyche got injured a little earlier, but he's now finally back on the ice and skating pretty well.
All right, and the Longhorns get it out into neutral ice, and that means with a minute left, East Texas Baptist is going to have to try and score pretty quickly here. They're down in the left slot, curling back around, looking for a man to pass to. Back over to the left point. He has a nice pass, but Kewen was right there. He saw it the whole time. A great cross-rink pass to Steven Spiller, the giant, and he tries to get as much as he can on it, but Kewen was right there with the pad.
Yeah, off of his left pad there. Spiller put a lot of mustard on that one, but it was unable to get into the net.
He's got a lot of weight behind that wood right there.
Yes, we'll see a face-off here between Garvey and Barry Shetsev.
All right, and the Tigers win it with 45 seconds left on the power play. They're in the right slot, looking for a man to pass. He finds him, and he shoots it on goal. And the deflection actually looked like it might have hurt the Tigers there. Kewen was able to block the deflected shot. And now the puck is all the way in the Tiger zone, and they're going to push it with 24 seconds left on the power play. Shot goes high over the net, and the Tigers retain possession. Down behind the goal on the boards. No angle. Looking, and he loses it on the handles, trying to deke a defender. But the Tigers retain possession. He's a slap shot hard. Oh, and it's deflected up, but too high over the goal. And they get the rebound again over to the right point. Another shot blocked by Kewen with the pad.
That does it for the power play.
Yeah, and that's it. Texas defender back on the ice. A shot. Oh, what a save.
That get in his neck.
No, Fitzgerald caught it in his glove.
No, yeah, Kewen. Where'd that?
Not Fitzgerald, excuse me, Kewen. Did it hit it off his neck? It ended up in his glove. He might have made the save with his neck.
It was a high shot. He lunged down a little, leaned forward, and hit a little high on him, though.
He looks like he's all right. I feel like if you got hit in the neck with a puck, he'd look a little more hurt, but you never know. Might be a tough guy.
You can thank Texas, though, for that penalty kill due to Nolan Burdett's clear. Number 9, the defenseman right there, Burdett did a great job of just clearing that puck and providing Texas extra life, and it's still 2-2.
Yeah, that was a huge penalty kill. Texas, the whole season has been great on the penalty kill, 94%. And that was just another one, another great penalty kill to keep this game knotted at 2. And now they're going to try and make an offensive push instead of being backed up in their own zone. And they have the puck, and it's behind the Tiger goal. But ETBU retains possession and throws the puck down the ice. And there's a foot race, and Texas is going to win. Texas advances up the middle of the ice. It looks like a man got a stick, but they say he didn't, and that's going to be icing on the Longhorns. Face-off is going to come back down to the Longhorn zone.
That was a quick 5 minutes. We're already more than a quarter of the way through this period, and neither team has been able to gain the offensive edge yet. You have to think that this one's looking toward overtime with the way the defense have played, but as we saw last period, the offenses can get hot in a hurry.
Yeah, and the Tigers win a crucial face-off in the zone. Looked for a wraparound goal, looked for a wraparound chance, but decided to pull off. And now the Longhorns try and get it out of the zone, and they do. And now it looks like a short little breakaway down the left side, looking for a man, and he can't get it in the goal. Fitzgerald gets in his glove hand. the Longhorns are going to get a change in.
Yeah, we're going to see Joe Carita come out. And as I said earlier, I think that Carita's offense is what Texas really needs here to take that advantage, because Carita this year, he's been very impressive. He has 4 goals, 5 assists, 9 total points, and leads the team. And his availability in this period is what's really going to help the Longhorns.
And so the Longhorns in the Tiger zone. Pass behind the goal. Centering pass, not able to find anybody, but they keep it in and back around the boards. And now the Tigers are going to take possession in the neutral zone. And they try and dump and chase, and it works because the Longhorn defender fell down. Tries a centering pass, but there's Texas defenders all over him, and now it's a one-on-one, looking like it's going to be 1-on-2 for the Longhorns. He throws a shot, but it's deflected by a Tiger, and he's sandwiched into the boards. The Longhorns have a chance, and they score again! After what looked like a broken fast break, the Longhorns find the back of the net.
That is the Lithuanian right there, Oleg.
Oh, and look at him dancing. Oleg Pelyushinek. That's it, Pelyushinek. Oleg Pelyushinek from Lithuania gets the go-ahead goal for the Longhorns, and he is excited, and so is this Longhorn team.
He's a freshman, but he provides a lot of valuable experience to this team. He played a lot of juniors up in Canada, and now he's playing here in the States. Said that his tryout for the Longhorns team was actually really easy compared to teams that he's played on before. So TCHC might be a little below some of the elite levels that he's played at before.
Yeah, and right there, he was very timely goal. Looks like he's a good player. And like you said, he's only a freshman. He could be a good player for this Texas team for a while.
Yeah, Berkowitz is really going to like having this defender on his squad.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so Texas is already back in the zone, and they throw one-timer, another goal. 2 goals in probably less than 30 seconds for the Longhorns. That was a one-timer right from the corner into the top right corner of the goal.
As he is falling down, Sean Greenberg gets it to go.
And Fitzgerald looks defeated. He's just sitting down in his goal. It looks like his assistant captain was talking to him. He looks defeated right now.
The goals are coming in waves tonight. We've seen so many instances where the goals just come in seconds apart. And this time, Greenberg gets his 4th goal of the year. That puts him up to 6 points on the season. Texas is now up 4-2 with the advantage. As I said, these offenses can come alive early. So now it's on ETBU's offense to match what Texas just showed Fitzgerald in the net.
Yeah, and I mean, if you went to the bathroom in the last 2 minutes, you come back, you're asking who changed the game. This is a completely different game. It was tied at 2, and now Texas has a huge advantage with 2 goals and almost through halfway done with the 3rd period. And with the momentum like this, what does ETBU have to do to get back in this game?
I think that just gets from getting better looks for Garvey and Knott. You want the puck in the hands of your best players when you're down in Texas territory. They've had some good looks, but Kewen's just been too good, I think, tonight. He had a little bit of a lapse in the 2nd period, but he's recovered nicely. He needed that quick break in the intermission, and now he's back and looking excellent.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and after that goal, when Texas goes up 4-2, we're going to have another face-off. And the East Texas Baptist University Tigers looks like they're in a hole that they're going to have to claw out of. We have a whistle on the face-off.
Texas is just 1 score away from eclipsing their season average of 4.75 goals. So it's been a decent offensive night for the Longhorns.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it has to do with the crisp passing of this Longhorn team. There's so many players on this team who have a higher number of points because of their assists.
Yeah, they have a lot more depth than ETBU, which has a top-heavy lineup of forwards. But Texas is deep throughout, not really possessing star talent at the positions, but very good, serviceable talent throughout. Credit to Aubrey Berkowitz for assembling this roster.
And the Texas Longhorns are in the zone again. Wrist shot, down, goes wide left of the net. And it looks like they maintain possession, and now the puck is behind the goal. Looking for a man, finds the man at the right point. Another shot, sent aside by Fitzgerald's right pad. And Texas gets the puck back in their zone, and now ETBU tries to clear it, and they do. And now the Longhorns are going for a change. Tigers are trying to take advantage of the change by getting out quickly into the zone, but they try a little dump and chase, and Kewen sends the puck right back where it came from. Another deflection by this Texas Longhorn defense while ETBU's trying to get out of their own zone. It seems like the Longhorns, they're just putting pressure on the Tigers no matter where they are on the ice.
I think when you're down 4-2, although players won't admit it, I think the mentality really changes. I think ETBU's in more of a panic mode where they feel like they have to score now or else they'll be pressed for time later on in this period.
All right, now we have a face-off at the blue line, and Texas wins it. And they're back, retreating to their own zone, going up the right side of the ice. Go ahead.
5 of the 6 goals we've seen tonight have actually occurred on the same side, so.
You're right, they've all been down there, haven't they?
Except for the one Alec Pillar had from the Chen assist.
They're just shying away from us. They don't want us to see the good goals. They're all the way down the other side of the ice.
They're for the fans.
Yeah, they're for the fans. All right, now the Longhorns are in the midst of a battle for the puck, and fans on a one-timer after the turnover. That was Siaki tried to launch it at the net, and he just fanned on it. Now ETBU takes possession of the puck, and now they're going up, cross ice pass down to the right side, and they're in the zone. Puts on the brakes, looking for something up to the point. A bouncer down wide right of the goal, and another shot right on goal. It looks like they're not even looking for good scoring chances. They're just throwing it at the net right now.
Wiggins saw the first opportunity he had, just took a slap shot at the net and didn't even reach Kewen. Went a little too far left, just a bit outside.
And now the Longhorns have the puck in the zone. He's looking for a man, throws it up to the point, launches it at the net, and it's wide right. But the rebound off the boards goes right back to the Longhorns. And it looked like they had a chance to throw it in the goal, but Fitzgerald was right there, and so they pulled off. And the puck squeaks through and goes back down to the other end of the ice, and that's going to be icing.
We see the scoring line out again for ETBU. They're trying to get those guys as many looks as possible. It doesn't seem like they're doing as deep of a line change as Texas. Texas is rotating 3, sometimes 4 lines out here. But Garvey, this was Garvey's first ever goal against Texas today. That was a one team in league play he'd never scored against, always wanted to, finally got that goal, and he's probably looking for another one right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if he could be the one to tie up the game eventually, or just help the team out, that'd be a good win for him for sure.
And he's a former Oklahoma player. He was saying earlier that he didn't realize at first that Oklahoma was big rivals with all the teams in the TCHC. So when he went to TCU wearing all of his Oklahoma gear before the game, people were giving him some weird looks, he was saying. So I don't know how'd that go at Texas.
All right, now the Tigers have the puck in the zone, looking for a quick scoring chance, but that Texas defense once again shutting down the passing lanes of the Tigers. Now Texas has the puck in their zone, down on the left side. I tell you what, this Texas crowd today has been insane. They're loud, they're hitting the boards, and it's a very hostile environment, it seems, for opposing teams. And as we speak about the
boards are shaking.
The boards are literally shaking down at center ice from the Longhorn fans just slapping on them. You know, during the second intermission, I was talking to some of the people in the crowd, and there was apparently an altercation that happened. Somebody had to get thrown out. This crowd's getting a little too crazy.
This crowd has everything. Crazy fans. There's 2 dogs in the crowd. I mean,
This is a very unique sporting event from what we see at typical Texas sports games from football and basketball. But they're bringing the energy. About, what would you say, about 100 people here? Or?
Oh, less than that. I would say less than that. But if you just close your eyes and listen to it, it would seem like probably almost 200 people. Especially in a small arena like this where the sound just reverberates.
Yeah, hockey's definitely growing in Texas. It started in the 1990s, especially the Dallas Stars move from Minnesota really helped spark hockey, and then the TCHC comes in to play. And teams like ETBU are getting established, and now their programs are growing, and I think hockey's on the rise in Texas right now.
And it looks like ETBU's Nick Scott has just been ejected from the game. He came storming right behind us and threw his stick at a vending machine. He's not going to be back anytime soon in this game. That's Nick Scott, once again, has just been ejected. And now we have a conference with, it looks like the captain's talking to the referee, trying to calm this game down. I mean, it's been chippy, but I don't know what happened with Nick Scott, but he just got ejected.
If you're ETBU, the last position you want to lose right now is a defenseman, the way they've been playing. One more goal, and I think this game's just about over. So
yeah, absolutely.
That could be a huge loss with Nick Scott. Nick Scott this year, he has 4 points, 1 goal, 3 assists. And he's only spent 6 minutes in the penalty box, which is actually one of the smaller amounts on the team, despite playing 7 games. So that, I'm not sure exactly what happened, if he had some words with the ref right there, but they felt it was best to send him to the showers.
Yeah. And so you talked about the Dallas Stars making hockey kind of more popular in Texas. So what do you see? Predictions? Do you have any predictions for the Dallas Stars this season? Do you think they make it to the playoffs? I know last year they were in prime position in the top wildcard spot, fell apart at the end and just barely missed out. Do you see them making it back to the playoffs?
Re-signing Sagan was a huge move for them. And I think with all the star power they have, I mean, guys that they've had in the past couple of years like Sagan and Jamie Benn, I think Dallas has enough star power to push their way into the playoffs. I don't think it would be one of the higher seeds, maybe a 3 or 4 seed in one of those in the new divisional brackets, but I don't know. The West seems pretty open this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was open last year when the expansion team made the made the Stanley Cup Finals. So.
And then with that addition of Nichushkin and the young Hiskinen, this Dallas Stars team, it looks primed to make a run finally. And Jim Montgomery looks like he's got this team in his first year already ready to go.
Gotta love hockey in the Lone Star State.
Oh yeah, a lot of good hockey.
Let's get some teams in Houston and San Antonio. Let's move them all here.
All right, and so after that ejection, it looks like the almost said Dallas Stars, the Texas Longhorns are going to be on the power play.
Refs are trying to sort things out here.
They're still trying to sort things out, figure out who goes where. I only see 4 Longhorns. Oh, never mind. I see the 5th one.
Elaine Savage right now, the head coach for ETBU, is discussing to the refs what just happened with his defenseman. Savage does not look happy at the moment, but
oh yes,
he has to play with the cards he's dealt now.
Absolutely, and he's very animated. Very animated. Does not seem, and I mean, can you blame him? Anytime somebody's ejected, the head coach is typically going to be a little upset.
Yeah, Savage, he really has good control of this team, just the improvement he had. In ETBU's first year as a program, they had a coach that was coaching a minor league team, not AHL, but another minor league team, the Shreveport Mud Dogs, and he was splitting time between coaching ETBU and the Shreveport Mud Dogs, and they only went 12-11 this year. Now that they have a full-time coach, that's really paying in ETBU's favor.
All right, and a quick start to the Texas power play. Already 2 shots on goal, and a one-timer right in the prime scoring position. Goes up and hits a light. That's definitely out of play, I'm pretty sure.
That went in the rafters, higher than the banners here.
Yeah, literally went into the rafters, hit a light, and fell back down to the ice. But that's just going to be a face-off to the left of Fitzgerald, and the Longhorns are going to be stay in the zone on this power play. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but the Texas fans are doing some Texas fight chants in the stands. Like we talked about earlier, this crowd is getting kind of crazy. All right, Texas wins the face-off, and they have a man in the right slot looking for a man. Goes back to the point, cross ice, looking for his seam, and he finds it, but Fitzgerald, he doesn't. He frees the puck, and they score again. And the Texas Longhorns have scored on the power play. It looked like Fitzgerald had stopped it, but the puck wasn't frozen yet, and they just found it. They found it, the puck sitting there, and so they put it in to the back of the twine, and Texas has a commanding lead on the Tigers now.
If I'm not mistaken, that looks to be like it was the second goal of the night for Oleg Pelushinek.
Pelushinek? All right, and we talked about his experience in the higher-up leagues. Looks like it's paid off so far today.
Yeah,
That's, if I'm not mistaken, that's only the third goal of the year, power play goal of the year for the Texas Longhorns.
Yeah, they haven't been too plenty, but that one should seal the game here.
Barring any sort of meltdown from the Longhorns.
We've seen those. Remember the 2013 Stanley Cup Game 6 with the Blackhawks and Bruins?
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
We've seen crazier things happen in hockey.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But Kewen has just played such an amazing game. Tries to play it, but he just lets it go. And the Tigers pick up the puck, but Siaki makes a good defensive play, and the Longhorns are pushing it up the ice down the left side. Looks like a Texas defenseman ran into his own player, and once again, Kewen on cue just saves 2 consecutive goals right from point-blank range. The first shot bounces off his chest. The Tigers get the rebound, and the second shot he freezes with his glove.
Yeah, Riley Knott had 2 opportunities there. The first one was a really good look. Second one, he was just trying to wedge it out from underneath Kewen, unable to come up with it. But those are the opportunities ETBU needs to open up this offense. You need to get Kewen to – the more shots on goal on Kewen, the more opportunities you're going to have, the more you're going to wear him out. And I think that's exactly what ETBU needs. You were saying earlier they're just shooting things, but honestly, that might be their best offense right now, just shooting mindlessly and just hoping one goes in.
All right, and the Longhorns have a break. Now they score again. And that one might just be, for sure, that's Max Bereshevstev.
Yeah, that was Barry Shetzev's 3rd goal of the season. And with that one, dare I say it, Elvis has just left the building.
All right, that's pretty bold. There's still 8 minutes left in the game. But the way this game is going, it looks like that might have been the straw that broke the camel's back.
Offensive explosion just in about 12, just a little more than 12 minutes. Texas scores 4 goals after only having 2 in the previous 2 periods combined. Barry Shetzev, the wealth's been spreading around so far, the team.
And that was the Longhorns' second shorthanded goal of the year. I just realized they're on the power play. How did that happen? Oh, that was their first shorthanded goal of the year.
Always has to happen in that breakaway fashion, it seems.
Yeah.
And Barry Shetzev took advantage. Been playing really well from the left wing spot, one of the seniors on this team.
Yeah, this is a very young, talented team, but they also have a few seasoned veterans that kind of anchor down the maturity of the team.
Yeah, most of them are at the center position. Fernandez, Legis, and Carita are all seniors, and then
Ethan Chun as the left wing as a junior, and he was the captain, if I'm not mistaken, last year. All right, and now the Tigers on the break with 50 seconds left in the power play. The Longhorns almost get another breakaway, but the Tiger defenseman was there to recover the lost puck. All right, we're at 35 seconds left in the power play. The Tigers are in the right slot, and he spins around, almost loses his footing, but he passes it back up to the point. Nice defense on the Longhorns, and they have another breakaway on the left side. Oh, and it's a good block by Fitzgerald. Came down the left side and then weave to the right, kind of the opposite of that penalty shot we saw earlier. But Fitzgerald was there to stop it, and he kind of got collided with. Is that the right word? I don't know. How do you? But he had to take a skate around to get his bearings back.
I don't think that was a shot Burdett wanted there. I think there was a crease to the left that he saw, but he couldn't get it in time and had a bad angle when he veered too far off to the right. So it was a pretty easy save for Fitzgerald. But
it was almost like a head fake in football, trying to get the goalie going back to the left and then shoot across his body, but it just didn't work out that time. Longhorns can't handle the center pass, and Fitzgerald just knocks it aside, and now a turnover in the zone for the Longhorns. Another shot on goal, and it squeaks through again. That's just, now the Longhorns are just laying it on. It's gotten out of hand here. That looks to be, is that Ethan?
That's Ethan Chun.
Ethan Chun, yeah, Ethan Chun, the aforementioned Ethan Chun, puts the puck in the goal, and that's gives the Longhorns a 4-goal lead with 5 minutes and 53 seconds left in the third period. What are you seeing right now, Steve? What's going on?
Everyone's getting in on the action. That's the 6th different scorer of the night for Texas. Chun's 3rd goal of the year now has 10 points and 7-2. Now will you accept my proposition that Elvis has left the building?
It's still 6-2. It's still 6. It's
7-2.
Oh, it is? Okay, the scoreboard has not changed yet. But, you know, I'm the Yogi Berra. You know, it's not over till it's over. But in a quick score that could have been, but swallowed up by Kewen again. That could have helped the Tigers. But the more, as the time goes on, the more I'm starting to believe you, Steve.
That was Drake Evans with a shot there. We haven't seen much playing time with him tonight. It'll be interesting to see if the teams go with some of the lesser played players here because, remember, you're playing 2 games at once now. You're playing for tomorrow nights, too, when they have a rematch right here at Chaparral Ice Center.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Longhorns get the puck, and they're on the move, going up the left side, put into the boards hard. Even the Texas fans liked that hit, even though it was against their faithful. And that was Matthew Tucciaroni that got hit pretty hard in the boards, and he's looked like he's skating pretty slow. A nice shot by the Tigers, and then that one goes in. Finally, they get the 2nd rebound after 2 shots, and the 3rd one goes in to the back of the net. But 7-3 now with just under 5 minutes. We've seen a lot of scoring in a very short amount of time.
Definitely. That was Mason Sprott for ETBU. That's his 3rd goal of the year. He now has 10 points. I don't think that goal is going to do much other than boost morale at this point, just because it's still a 4-goal deficit, and that's a lot to claw. It's a lot for the Tigers to claw out of. But I said you're playing for tomorrow night, and it's always nice to score a goal. So that's Sprott's 3rd of the season.
All right, and now, once again, the Longhorns are shorthanded, but they win the faceoff, and now they're just going to try and clear it all the way back down, and they do. Not sure what happened there. After the goal, they put a Longhorn in the penalty box, and now this is prime time for the ETBU to try and make a comeback. They have to score on this power play, seemingly, if they want to have a chance. All right, now the Tigers have it in the left slot, back to the right point, looking for a man in front of the goal, and wide right, Kewen ices the puck after the rebound off the boards.
Knott is getting into it right there.
We have an altercation right in front of the goal. What are you saying, Steve?
Barry Schetz has been in a few of those altercations today, and Riley Knott once again gets in it. Those seem to be the typical culprits tonight for some of the physical extracurricular activity you're seeing going on.
All right, now
I think Knott's going into the penalty box.
Knott's going into the penalty box, and it doesn't look like Barry Shetstev is. So now it looks like we're going to have a 4-on-4 for 1:21 seconds, and then the Texas Longhorns will be the ones on the power play for 39 seconds. And this is going to take up, this special teams battle is going to take up half of the remaining time if nobody scores. All right, and so we have a face-off at the blue line, and the Longhorns win the face-off, but ETBU gets it right back, shoots it down the zone, and the Texas Longhorns get possession. Oh, he looks pretty mad, but he gets back up, and now the Longhorns are going through center ice.
Not surprised frustrations might be high for ETBU. Remember, this is a team that just came off of winning by a total of 56 goals in their last 4 games. So they're not really accustomed to losing in the past month. And this has not been the result they desired tonight. But Texas is a tough team. They're tied for the lead in TCHC with 18 points. ETBU in the North Division's up there too. They're 4-2 in league play. They'll drop to 4-3 after this one. Texas is probably going to rise to 7-1-1. Which is a good mark, and you need that. Texas's only game in October other than their win against Texas State. The rust has finally come off of the team, it seems.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is, if the score holds as it is, this will be the first time that ETBU has scored less than 4 goals since their 3rd game of the season against Ole Miss. A slap shot hard goes around the goal, and the Tigers take possession and start the advance up the right side. What was that?
You mentioned Ole Miss. Those were 2 games that ETBU got that were outside of league play. They lost in both of those. Those don't count against their standing, though. But the team, they play their home games in Shreveport, Louisiana, and that does sound a little weird until you think of it this way, that Marshall, Texas and Shreveport, Louisiana are only separated by about 30 minutes when this Chaparral Ice Center is about 25 to 30 minutes away from Texas's campus, so it's actually a similar distance despite ETBU needing to cross the border to play hockey.
A quick shot off of the face-off, hits off of Kewen's shoulder. And Garvey he's playing angry right now. He is all over the place.
Net dislodged just a little right there. Kewen has to fix it, and that's why that stoppage was called. 3:19 left in this one.
21 seconds left on the 4-on-4, and then the Texas Longhorns will go on the power play. And once again, this Texas Longhorn crowd is getting a little loud, stomping their feet in the bleachers, and telling the ETBU Tigers to look at the scoreboard. I'm not sure how much those players are going to like that. So ETBU wins the face-off, and Garvey shoots again right into Kewen's chest. Puck goes around. Longhorns to get the possession. Hard hit into the glass, and Garvey takes possession and throws it back up to the point. It's intercepted by the Longhorns, and now we have a 3-on-2, but the ETBU Tigers get in the way, and now they have a quick chance, deflected off their own player up into the glass. With 2 minutes and 40 seconds left, Steve, do you consider pulling your goalie, or do you just let this one slip through your fingers?
You let this one go out, and Texas.
Oh, now Texas is on a breakaway. He's looking, hesitating, pulls back, tries to flip it up in the air, but Fitzgerald is there. Lets a rebound go, and then to clean it up, the Longhorns score again.
Nolan Burdett on the goal right there.
He just cleaned up the rebound. Fitzgerald he just made a great stop on the breakaway. But Burdett was there to get the rebound and put it into the top corner of the goal. A little bit of chippiness after the goal there too. And so that extends the lead for the Longhorns to 8-3, 5 goals in the stadium. What do you think about this music selection, Steve?
It's fitting, but I think this game ended a while ago. Once Texas got up 3, maybe 4 goals, Texas's defense has been good enough where I don't think that ETBU ever looked like they were going to hit 5 goals. So once Texas surpassed that mark, the Longhorns have been in good shape. 8 goals, well above the team's season average, and Texas's offense is finally coming into fruition here.
And it looks like it's a 4-on-4. Both teams will have a player in the penalty box for a majority of the rest of the time, maybe 30 seconds after. Texas, another scoring chance, just couldn't put it in the back of the net. And now this is where the players, another shot, and a centering pass and another shot thrown at Fitzgerald, not able to get in a diving shot that time, goes just wide of the net and back through the neutral zone. Bouncing pass caught, and now brought into the Tiger zone, looking for a shot, and right into the chest, and he gave up another rebound, and that's another goal. Fitzgerald has given up way too many rebounds this game, and the Texas Longhorns just keep cleaning it up and throwing it in the back of the net.
That one, Sean Greenberg again. 9-3, the route is on, and there's not even much time left. Texas is just picking up these garbage time goals after garbage time goals. This period the final score doesn't tell the story of this game.
Absolutely
2-2.
not.
We were thinking overtime after 2 periods, possibly. But
almost midway through the third period, we were thinking overtime. But the floodgates have been opened, and the Longhorns have, well, the Austin area has been experiencing flooding, and it's leaked on to this Texas Longhorn team. They're just washing this ETBU team away.
It's true. Yeah, Austin's still in the boil water notice. Hoping everyone at the game staying hydrated right now. Not sure if this is one of the areas affected.
They don't have to boil the water for the ice on the rink, do they, Steve?
Who knows what's going on in that Zamboni?
All right, now the Tigers are looking to just make the score a little bit less harrowing, and it looks like they still have Garvey on the ice. We're still at even strength, 4-on-4. It looks like, and the Longhorns crossing center ice. Good dangle, another good dangle, and he's looking. That's Burdett looking for another goal. Can't find it. He's playing like his pants are on fire. And now ETBU on a breakaway down the right side, and there's a whistle. Oh, that did not look good.
Oh, Riley Knott.
Riley Knott is very mad. After the whistle, he flipped a puck into, and now a glove is off. That might have been incidental.
Burdett gets pushed up a little there.
Yeah, Riley Knott flipped a puck into a Texas player's chest after the whistle, and then went on to push another Texas player on his way back to the bench.
That was Zachary Anderson right there who hit Burdett right after Knott had his way with Burdett. And a little contact here. Maybe too much to see with 48 seconds left. I think a lot of these guys just want to hit the locker room and head out for the night.
Yeah, and we are right in their pathway back to the locker room. We may want to take a few steps back whenever they're leaving the ice. They seem to be very aggressive and chippy right now.
Frustrations will always be high in such a physical game, and 9-3 left, and Texas right now is just dancing on the ice, acting like everything's all chipper right here.
Well, I mean, whenever you have a 9-3 lead, everything should be pretty chipper. They've played in an incredible game, both offensively and, you know, nine goals isn't a real reflection of how well the offense has played, and we have another ejection, it looks like. Or he's just leaving the ice early, but
that's Albert Wiggins right there.
Yeah, Albert Wiggins looks
and
like.
Another player's off, and that's going to be that's a Spiller, Skylar Spiller, the captain right there.
Yeah, that's the third. That would be the third.
I don't know if those
ETBU Tiger ejected. If they are ejected, not really sure if they are or not, or if they're just leaving early. But yeah, this This game started physical in a good way. It was exciting to watch. It was a tough battle, but now it's gotten out of hand a little bit. It's getting a little aggressive, almost to the point of it's not really, it's kind of cheap almost.
Lakers Rockets.
Oh, a little bit like
We're
a
seeing
Lakers
some
Rockets
rush on Rondo,
stumble.
Chris Paul right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, absolutely. But that wasn't in a blowout game.
That's true, and I don't know if the TCHC is going to issue some 4-3 and 2-game suspensions for these little scuffles.
And historically speaking, hockey is a little more prone to be lenient on fighting and whatnot than basketball is.
And the fans definitely love any contact, whether who instigates it, who the victim is. These fans just rise to the.
Yeah, these fans are bloodthirsty. Their own team or their own player on their own team is getting knocked into the boards and they're cheering.
Looks like Texas will have a face-off with 48 seconds to go. Not too much left in this one.
Not too much left. The ETBU Tigers can do. It's still a 4. Oh, they're gonna make it. Looks like it's a 4-on-3 for now, but yeah, we're gonna have a 4-on-3. So all right, these referees are still trying to figure things out. We're gonna wait till they get everything clarified. A little bit of confusion on who's supposed to be in the penalty box and who's allowed on the ice. But this score is definitely not an accurate reflection of the whole game. Once these Texas reserves kind of came in, they played really strong and scored quite a few garbage time goals. But the scoreboard is, at the end of the day, is still going to say 9-3. And now Texas looks like they're just going to hold the puck in their own zone, kind of stall out a little bit with only 30 seconds left. It looks like that's going to be all she wrote.
The ice looks so
another
empty.
shot on goal, though. And there's going to be a whistle, stoppage of play with 25 seconds left in the game.
Ice looks like it needs a few more bodies out on it right now.
Yeah, it's very, very short-handed. On both teams have at least one player in the penalty box.
Just 7 skaters out right now.
Yeah.
Looks like an
and
overtime.
Now 2 of them are just coming back on. So now we have a 5-on-4, 15 seconds left. Texas is going to improve to 7-1-1, and ETBU is going to fall to 4-3. Got a little chippy at the end of the game, but all in all, a hard-fought game, very physical battle, and Texas goes on and pulls out the win, 9-3. Texas Longhorns go away victorious.
Huge win for Texas because now they have the most points in the TCHC with 19. No, they should have 20 after that win. And it's just been an impressive season for the Longhorns. They've been a decent squad yet, but they haven't really had that breakthrough to become the best team in the league. And maybe this is the season.
Gotta watch out. These ETBU players are coming behind us. The goalies are gone. It was a hard-fought game. Steve, who would you say would the MVP of the game for the Texas Longhorns be?
I know he gave up 3 goals, but I don't think you can underestimate what Sean Kewen did for this team. Kewen made a lot of great glove saves, and he was in on a lot of action. ETBU threw a lot of shots at him, and he was able to recover. And I think it was Kewen's breakthrough, which in the third period, which allowed Texas to pull ahead offensively. Then Texas's offense was able to gain some confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to scoot back here. Don't want our cords to get stepped on by the skates, but it was a great game here in Austin, Texas. The Longhorns pulled out the victory, and we're going to send you after this to our intermission report, the final post-game analyst.
Welcome back into Chaparral Ice on the rinkside studio for our post-game show where Texas has exploded for 6 goals in the third period to get the 8-3 win. Again, I'm Thomas Fitch, your host, joined by analyst Cameron Parker, Robert Trevino. Texas just dominates in this third period. We have a lot of great post-game coverage coming up. Hopefully we'll have Madison Hager catching up with Coach Aubrey Berkowitz in a little bit. We'll have some players join us on the show. But let's start breaking down this game a little bit. So what won this game for Texas tonight? What was the big key that won?
Well, it was mostly the aggression in the third period. We saw, 2-2. Didn't look like Texas was playing their normal game out there. It looked like ETBU was really kind of pushing the envelope. They were pushing late in the second period, but Texas came out with a fire in that third period. They controlled the puck basically the entire period. They controlled every aspect of this game for the last third of this game, and man, they just exploded.
It was a tale of two different periods, Thomas. The first period and third period were similar for UT. They were very aggressive. They were physical. They were dominant. They controlled the game in every aspect. Like you said, Robert, second period, I don't know what happened in the second period for UT. I guess maybe they just got tired, thought this game was over with because ETBU, they came out second period with new life, controlled the very last 5 minutes. But the third period, ETBU, they weren't out there playing the way they should have been. They were too concerned with the Texas players. They were too concerned with fighting. They wanted to fight more than they cared about even winning, I think, Robert.
Yeah, definitely. It's just a domination for Texas in the third period. Goals by Sean Greenberg, Max Beryshev, Oleg Peliusanok had 2 goals in that game. In the period, Ethan Chun and Nolan Burnett we saw score in that last period. But it was the first goal in the period by Peliusanok that really kind of stopped the momentum of Eastern Texas Baptist. How big was that for the Horns in winning this game?
I think, Robert, did you score 2 for Texas? I think everyone in the freaking building scored for them. It was incredible. But Alec Pilar, he had a phenomenal game. He had 2 goals before the third period and his assists.
Right.
So
3-point game for Pilar.
He had a phenomenal game, MVP of the game to me. I think he came out, he set the tone for Texas. I asked in the pregame who's going to step up for Texas, who was going to be the leader. Alec Pilar, without a doubt. He came out, he sat down, he was ready to go, and without him, I don't know what happened.
After Peliushanok's first goal, we were standing right there watching. You could just feel the air change in this building.
Right.
It was incredible. So you could just sense everything change. Even though it was up, they were up 3-2, you just knew it was starting. You knew UT, the team that's been dominating all year, they arrived. And after that, it was just, it was cake basically for Texas to come out here. And as you said, I might have scored 2 goals out there for UT.
Yeah, this was the first place Texas Longhorns we saw tonight, Thomas.
Yeah.
And I think tomorrow they got to continue it up, but looking good so far.
Yeah, we're going to send it to a break. When we come back, we have Alex Pilar, who's going to join us on the show to talk about his incredible night with 2 goals and 1 assist. Welcome back into the studio. Now joining us is senior forward Alex Pilar. Alec, a great night, 2 goals, 1 assist. What was the biggest key in this victory for Texas tonight?
I think just playing our game. We practiced the trap a lot. Kind of fell apart there in the second period, but I think just playing our game and letting them do all the work was a big part of our success tonight.
Yeah, you have another game against East Texas Baptist tomorrow. How are you going to be able to carry this momentum into that game?
Hopefully just keep playing like we did. I know we let it fall apart there a little bit in the second, but hopefully we start off a lot like we finish the game, get a lot of goals pretty quick. So, yeah, hopefully it turns out all right for us.
You guys came out pretty physical, pretty dominant. You're very aggressive, laying a lot of hits. Was that something that you guys had planned on, or is that just your team's nature?
I think definitely this year that is our team's nature. We try to put the body on them early and just kind of get them worried about when the next hits come in. Hopefully they make a couple of mistakes and then we can capitalize on them.
Yeah, they made more mistakes, but the third period they were ready to put up fists. Is that something? Do you guys have bad blood between or before this game, or is that just something you guys just got to and got inside their heads?
I definitely didn't have any bad blood with anyone on the team before. To my knowledge, I don't think anyone did, but I mean, emotions run high out there. So it was a fun game to play, and we're really looking forward to playing tomorrow.
Yeah, y'all really explode in the third period. You can really hear the crowd getting into it. How important was the crowd really getting into enjoying that game? How impactful was that for y'all?
Well, especially in the past, we've had pretty low turnout, especially relative to some of the other teams. A lot of the other teams have been able to pull in a lot more fans than we have. So it was pretty good seeing a lot of the people out there. It was definitely different, kind of fun to adjust to, and definitely fun to play in front of your home crowd whenever they're just as excited for the win as you guys are.
Yeah, absolutely. The team obviously now takes sole ownership of the South. Y'all have 21 points on the season. Really a great season for y'all. What makes this team so special?
I think we're just honestly a good team. We really look out for each other. A lot of that is something you can't really teach. It just kind of happens straight from tryouts. We just really enjoy playing together, and we really enjoy being one unit.
Yeah, what's the key for y'all kind of about midway through the season? What's the key for y'all to kind of finish strong and maintain the lead in the conference?
I think one thing that in particular that we need to do that maybe we kind of lagged a little bit was shots. Traditionally in the past we've usually gotten some pretty good shots on that, but I think in our total shots for the first two periods were the same as we usually put in one period. So hopefully we can keep that up and get more shots on that.
Yeah, Alec, you guys only averaged about 1.9 goals in the third period the entire year, but tonight you guys came out and lit it up. Well, what was different for you guys in the third period than as opposed to other games?
I think especially just once Oleg was able to get that third goal, I think that kind of got the spark going. From there, we just were able to build on it.
Being a senior on this team and kind of being a leader in that aspect, how important is it for you and the rest of the seniors here to really have an impact on the younger guys?
I think honestly, as long as everyone's playing and enjoying themselves, that's really all we care about. We just try to keep a positive atmosphere in the locker room, and hopefully the rookies have fun and enjoy playing.
Yeah, well, Alec, thanks so much for joining us.
Great game
tonight.
Great game, man.
We'll be right back after this. Welcome back into the TSTV Sports post-game report. We're now going to send it over to our sideline reporter, Madison Hager, who's standing by with Texas head coach Aubrey Berkowitz.
I'm here with Coach Berkowitz. Coach, so what did you tell your team after period 2 to get them ready for period 3?
It was just 20 minutes to play. We know what we need to do. We know who we are as a team. I thought the first period we ran our traps well. We played our identity. Got into a little bit of penalty trouble in the second period, and then in the third period, we just started cruising, playing good offense, and a good team game.
On that note, going into the third period, did y'all change anything technically?
We decided we were going to be a little more aggressive and a little more assertive. We decided rather than playing a more passive forecheck and trap that we were going to start bringing the tempo to them, and I think we did a good job of that.
Awesome. And what players do you think were key tonight for y'all's win?
Well, I got to give a shout out to Oleg. He's a defenseman for us. It's his first year on the team. He got couple big goals tonight. And then Sean Greenberg just played out of his mind the entire game. Best game he's played all season. So, but you can go across our entire team, and guys stepped up today and played well.
Awesome, that's great. And since y'all do play ETBU again tomorrow night, what's the mentality coming off of tonight's win?
We just have to do the same thing tomorrow. We just have to, keep being consistent. Every game is about being consistent. We talk about it a lot. If you win a game on Friday and you don't come out and do the same thing on Saturday, there's no benefit, and, we just shot ourselves in the foot. So we have an older team this year. They're a little more mature. They understand that, and I'm sure we're going to come ready to play tomorrow.
For sure. Thanks, Coach, and good luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
Welcome back into our rinkside studio one last time tonight. Again, Texas with the 8-3 victory over Eastern Texas Baptist University. Let's get some final thoughts, guys, tonight. The game ends chippy. Do y'all expect that to carry into tomorrow's game against the Tigers?
Yeah, I think it does, Thomas. The Eastern Baptist Texas University, they were pretty keyed off in that third period. And as Alec told us just in the interview before, there was no bad blood. He didn't think before, and they came in. Once they started losing, they didn't like it. They didn't like what was going on, and so tomorrow they're going to come out pretty, I would think, aggressive, and they're going to want to lay out some hits just like Texas did in the first period. So I think it's going to get chippy again tomorrow, Thomas.
Yeah, and I'd say, they were pretty keyed off in the third period. They were pretty keyed off in the first period. It was a pretty chippy game from the start all around, and especially after the result, after the way that the crowd was really kind of getting into it with the ETBU players. It kind of felt like they were in their head. I fully expect tomorrow it's going to be a chippy one.
Yeah, this win for Texas, their 7th win on the season. How big of a game is this for the Horns going forward the rest of the season?
It gives them more momentum. The last 4 games, they were 2-2, had a tough loss in a shootout to A&M. This gets them right on the right track. They play them again tomorrow. Back-to-back wins would be huge as they get ready for Texas State, and then they play Dallas Baptist University in the back-to-back. So if they can get out and win tomorrow. They played 2 back-to-backs so far this year, and they split both series 1-1. One's against A&M, one's against UTEP. So they come out and they go 2-0 on this back-to-back against East Texas Baptist University. That would be huge for them, I think, Robert.
Yeah, I think this was absolutely huge. Alec Pilar sat right here in my seat, and he said the crowd was electric. He said it was incredible to have the crowd this loud, to have the atmosphere out there, and for something like that to happen in the mid-season in front of their home fans, and just be able to go off in the third period for 6 goals, it's just incredible. And I think that UT is going to be able to carry this momentum forward.
Yeah, looking forward to the rest of the season. Is this a Texas team, obviously sitting atop the South standings right now, but is this the Texas team that can contend for a conference championship?
Oh, absolutely. I think Coach Berkowitz alluded to it earlier. They keep running the trap. They keep doing things that they need to work on, that they know they have to emphasize. Focus on the fundamentals. They come out tonight. They don't stay like ETBU. They kind of stay focused more on the game itself. They don't let the opponent get into their head. Now, that is easier to say when you're at home, but still, they focus on the fundamentals. They focus on the things that got them here, which they did in the third period tonight and in the first period. These guys can contend.
Yeah, like you said, Robert, if they keep running the trap, I don't know who's going to be able to stop them this year. They've look good so far. The only actual loss in regulation was to UTEP, and they beat them again. So I think it's going to come down, obviously, to Texas and UTEP. Texas ahead now with 21 points, I believe, atop of the South Division. So we'll see how that goes. They have a tough schedule coming up once they play Dallas Baptist University, but I think right now they control their own destiny.
Guys, great analysis again. Really great analysis all night. That's all we have here for you in the post-game show. But for everyone on the camera, the technical crew, Robert Trevino, Cameron Parker, I'm Thomas Fitch. The Horns get an 8-3 win. We'll see y'all later.